people,
Oh,
I'm back and I'm playing World Unlimited.
Adam and I have been wishing for this kind of weather for months, right?
Right.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Cool, Bluff Street. I'm in Disneyland.
I like the joke you go, you couldn't drive in in the rain. Right?
No, the crowds were maybe worse than ever. In fact, I went on the Roger Rabbit, the spinning cars ride yesterday, waited 30 minutes, and my kids needed to be carried, all three of them. I was alone in the rain.
Drew, did they need to go 3 days in a row to Disneyland?
No.
Did they go 3 days in a row
Yeah.
to Disneyland?
Well, yes, no, you're right.
Go in.
No, that's Foundry. Yeah, Foundry too.
There needs to be some sort of amusement park called like an internment camp.
Punishment land.
Where you just bring
That's
the kids
brilliant.
and suffer for a day.
That's fucking brilliant.
You need to undo what
He's
you've
a
done.
genius.
Yeah.
It's things like that that make me wonder if Corolla isn't a certifiable actual genius.
Anti-amusement park?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Why? What's the purpose?
It's a punishment park.
Oh,
To show your kids who's boss. It's like a threat.
that's funny.
Uh-huh.
The
Like,
dentist.
yeah, like, but the dentist actually has a beneficial effect on your life, you know. That's a necessary thing. You really don't want to punish your children with the dentist. 'Cause then they'll have messed up teeth later in life.
Yeah.
No, instead, it's like yard work world or something.
Ah,
I guess technically that's kind of what it is. It's like the character building exercises that some people subject their kids to.
apparently nobody does that.
Yeah. It's harder to tell your kids what to do when they have the sort of recurrent capacity to simply have you in prison.
It's true. The whole CPS thing kind of changed the equation there.
It's a different world. It really is.
I was a child when that changed.
Yeah, when I was a kid, you did what your parents told you. We don't necessarily mind. My parents were nice.
Yeah, I think I was
But most people's parents would just whip their asses when I was a kid.
8-ish, about the time that calling CPS on your parents became something you could do.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Yeah. I mean, it serves its purposes. There are situations where that is appropriate, but
Yeah.
being able to threaten your parents is kind of bad for discipline.
I can't see any way in which it would be good for them.
Right, like on one hand you want older siblings to be able to like pick up the phone and get CPS to come if there's really abuse, but
Yeah. I don't worry about it much. I don't see those things as being particularly effective just from my observation.
But the 2 hours this morning was so miserable, it undid the nice
Cutting out the lines, we were there like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you, and you stayed in the Disneyland Hotel?
Yeah.
You feel guilty for masturbating in the hotel?
No.
No, I love
Because it
it.
didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Sure it didn't. Hey, engineer Mike, get that on a cart. The you feel guilty and then the no part, but cut it off before he says it didn't happen. All right, Andrew.
Hello, Dave. Hello, Wendy.
Hi.
Drew, I'm a big fan.
Thanks.
My question for
All
Dr.
right, well, he didn't say anything to
This guy got
me.
funny.
Well, he addressed every guest but myself.
Like all of us.
Oh,
He was
it's a
good.
Verity.
I said hello to you.
Okay.
Yeah, see, thank you. You're cool.
Okay, cool. My question for Dr. Drew. What do you think is the most effective heroin detox program that's around?
Are you on heroin?
Yeah.
Well, you've got the usual
Yeah,
preoccupation
you know.
heroin addicts have, which is with the detox, which is the easiest part of getting off heroin. Miserable, but
Yeah, I feel like it's dying.
look, but it's 4 to 6 days and you're done. The hard part is staying off heroin, which takes months of work and highly structured program, in my opinion. I mean, you can do it with NA a couple times a day with a lot of structure in your life, but it's not likely. It's the kind of thing that requires intensive treatment. I would look into any residential programs you have in your vicinity. Go and spend a couple months.
Drew, really? Do they have a heroin patch?
No.
Because that would work.
Well, they're opiate patches. Yes, they're
Oh, what?
Yeah, there's fentanyl
Hey,
patches.
can you bring someone? I mean, just a second.
Yeah.
No, really? Do they have opiate patches?
Yes, for cancer patients and things, you can deliver opiates
Where do
through a
you
patch. Oh, you guys.
I mean, could
You
you?
guys both, you guys, your eyes are lighting up. Give me a
I'm
break.
just saying.
Well, I just mean,
Both of you.
I want to get into heroin. It's just a needle thing.
I don't mind the needle.
I sort of.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's
Which is-
actually more common.
It's a common thing, but it's,
Kind of a Hollywood thing.
yeah, it's a big thing out here. It causes any opiate and any.
Snortable heroin. It is the 90s.
My friends said,
Just shoot.
Yep, 97.
There we go.
God damn it.
Yeah, the rapid detox
My first
programs
friend
are
would
actually
die
good.
the very
To
next,
me,
I think the very next year.
I
Yeah.
believe they're indicated primarily for methadone addicts, because methadone withdrawal really is miserable. It takes like weeks. It's what this guy's talking about, feeling like you're gonna die, which he goes through for 4 days, 4 to 8 weeks. And most methadone addicts don't make it.
Do
They
you need
use
to
too
be
much.
supervised? You do, if you're out, just quit heroin, military.
Uh,
Yeah, does it freak your body out?
No, and heroin withdrawal is miserable, but it doesn't hurt anybody, really. Alcohol withdrawal, people die from commonly.
That's
That's
not
what
rapid.
people don't understand. Rapid detox is basically is an anesthesia. Doctors induce a state of anesthesia, just like if you're having surgery, and saturate your body with a system that basically blocks the receiving system for opiates, and it induces
All is well
it
there.
shocks the body into
Yes.
withdrawal that's
All
very
is well
sudden,
and 2
very
burgers
intense.
already.
The whole system is controlled by
Anything on the table?
anesthesia, so it's not uncontrolled in the sense that there's any sort of overwhelming reaction.
Right.
And you don't experience anything.
Almost
You're
everything
asleep,
around here is
and then you
cedar.
wake up.
Just
I got
because it's
cedar
nearby.
How long are you
Yeah.
under for?
Let's see, 4 to 6 hours.
Is Birch pale?
And
No.
it's amazing. It's an excellent.
Never made a
thing.
birch
The
table
problem
before.
Is that
I can
as
try.
you heard Andrew talking about, opiate addicts are just focused on the detox. Like that, they could just get off the
I've
drug.
actually
and be
spent a
fine,
lot of time
which is
near real birch
exactly
trees.
Opposite of the truth. Getting them off the drug is
There's
no
also
problem.
some in
Keeping them
Colorado.
off is impossible. And after my experience with these old
Really nice
rapid
birches, actually.
detoxes is that they jones pretty hard. They used to have one in Mexico, and a lot of people in the music industry went out to Mexico, and they'd be slamming heroin by the time they had the tarmac here in Los Angeles, because they weren't given the structure and the treatment they needed to stay off the
Let me
drug.
ask you a hypothetical.
Still takes, probably not.
You know, in Planet of the Apes, when Chuck Heston went to outer space and then he came back to the United States, but it'd been like a million years later. I'd be like, a couple thousand years later.
Yeah.
Would that count as days sober, or would it only be the amount that Chuck was actually in space?
The second.
Do you know what I'm
It's
saying?
physical sobriety.
I'm just saying, if you're trying to detox,
That's a weird
these are all
question.
plans I have. Besides the heroin patch, I think we
Oh,
could
no,
just
it wasn't
get
this
into
time.
space.
Oh.
How common is it for someone?
I completely forgot.
That's okay. Thank you.
Is
I love you.
Methadone is not the way to go. Methadone's well, look, it's still.
Methadone's worse for you than heroin.
I eat methadone, and I'm not in a minority. Well, I'm not alone. Let's put it that way. Methadone is basically reserved for pregnant women, people who are not treatable, hopeless. That's about
That's
it.
it's a last case then.
Yeah.
Let's say,
Well, it's used after a time.
but it's a lesser of two evils.
There's a difference.
is what you're saying.
There's also a difference between methadone withdrawal, which is where the drug is taken off for 21 days, and methadone maintenance, where you put somebody on it for the rest of figure out the mechanics, which are obviously more complex than a man, but it is much more of an emotionally connected experience. And if you don't find the emotional place, which you evidently had with that guy next week,
Yeah.
and you found what kind of emotional input works against you.
But let me just check something out. Did you have an orgasm when you lost your virginity?
No.
Good. I didn't think so because that's very rare.
It was the same guy, but it was.
So she had a relationship. She had really had a connection with this guy.
See, we're different because I had an orgasm just before I lost my virginity. This is about 5 minutes before. But there's still enough left to, technically get me out of the virgin category.
Except afterwards, you kind of like.
Yeah, I saved the underwear and actually cut out a piece of the carpet to.
Doctor comments.
It's an Lucite case in my entry.
Not out here.
Sometimes Drew gets.
All right, so Catherine, you had an ongoing thing with the Swedish guy.
Yeah.
I see, and the orgasm came after that. And can you tell us what he did differently than your American counterpart or his American counterpart?
Well, I don't know. Let's just say he had some good practice, so, yeah.
So maybe just.
But you were into him. You had some chemistry with him too.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
bottom line. That's the bottom line.
And so, well, I'm just frustrated because, I bought the books, I've read about it.
Oh, that's a bunch of BS. I get so mad at that stuff.
It's all.
All of that is geared towards making women into men.
Okay.
Really? None of it gives you.
Get out of your head.
Well, it's just it's all about here's the mechanical device that's going to solve all your problems. And it's much more about being a woman and figuring out what that is and what those places are for you. And there's very little out there that teach you that.
All right.
And men are helpless.
So
that
maybe
we can't
guy
help you.
with the guy.
All right, so here's the advice because we got to go to break. I do agree with you, Dan. You have to first. I believe you must explore yourself a little bit just to make sure you know what you like. Secondly, find a guy who's got some potential, establish a relationship, and work with him a little bit. And don't bring up Sven. For Christ's sake, you're going to ruin the guy. Can you imagine? Well, what kind of pressure is that? You go out for a nice night of dancing and some drinks, you come back, I want you to have had an orgasm in 7 years, and it's been trying to Swedish guy.
Yeah,
for the last time. I know it's been able to do it so far since then. I mean, what kind of, a man does not need that kind of pressure sexually.
Oh, well, she doesn't also need. So what's going on now?
Right.
Feeling good? Am I close? Am I warm? Keep me posted. She should tell him right up front the ground rules. Don't ask me what's going on. Don't tell me I do it. If it works, it works. If not, I'm back up to
I'm not
their
sure that's the sexiest way to
I know. Wendy, I got lost. I was thinking of something else.
Just find a guy who's going to work it out.
Poor Wendy hasn't had to say a word about this. All one woman in the studio.
She should get in there.
No, I understand what you're saying. But I think it's true. A lot of it is chemistry, and you can't force that to happen. It's either there or it isn't.
Right.
And maybe, I'm sure he's out there. Just haven't met him yet.
I see you, Drew.
Right.
All right, I guess Drew knows we're going to break, and he was right.
Hello, is this not mine? I have a problem with my store. Hello, got mine? I have a problem with his school, too. The phone number for the line is 1-800-191. I got a lot more on you right there.
Hi folks, this is Adam West. You know me, I suppose, as Batman. Don't tell anyone. You're gonna help make the world a little safer by listening to Loveline every night with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Wendy Malick and David Spade are both here from Just Shoot Me, Tuesday nights. NBC, 9:30. The show's funnier than that.
Hey,
right?
Carmen Electra's on tomorrow night. Tune in.
Oh, really?
And tell everyone what she said about you, Dave.
Oh.
Come on. She said that David was one of those men who was really sexy. You might not think of him that way immediately, but he's incredibly sexy.
After about 20 years, you start to get moist. Is that what that is?
Nice.
Does it?
David Spade is pretty good at making fun of himself, but he has to admire the commitment that Carolla brings to the
Do
equation.
it again. When you time.
It wouldn't be ours.
I'm a versatile actor. I don't.
Well, David was about to recommend me for the
No, I was gonna say Drew could score up a storm if he wasn't married because he's the type that kind of
Oh, yeah, you
looks
trust
at the
him.
girls. Yeah.
Speaking of my wife, she just told me it chewed me out for, hey, listen, hang on a second.
What about Disneyland?
Yes, for making it sound like this is.
that fast?
Well, she doesn't listen to that, but no, look, we had a fantastic day yesterday. The Disney people were great, and we always go back there because they are just so
I
nice.
Spin to
Because it really
Because his wife
it really
kissed
sounded
him.
very like I had a miserable time. I had a miserable day today, and it was miserable.
No, Drew was
And it almost neutralized
the show
that.
started that he had a nice time and the Disney people were gracious
Yes.
enough to take care of him.
So it's just day 3 was Monday.
He just said it was a lot
Yes.
because of the rain.
The rain, and it was, yeah,
Did Susan page you?
yeah.
I should probably listen.
Oh yes.
It's like 911 heart problem.
Keep to myself.
It's just me. Listen.
Phone number 1-800-LVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. Joey Ramone of the, who's he, what band's he in, the DeFrancos? What band is that?
Joey's.
Grandmaster.
No, Bill, the Ramones will be in tomorrow night. All right. Oh, what happened to line 4? Oh, the humanity. Which one are you going to take?
Two.
On stuff. Okay. Diane.
Hi.
Hey, 44.
Hi. Well, this question is really for Dr. Drew. I'm a 24-year-old single mother, and I have a 3-year-old daughter. And my concern is I want to be a good role model for her. And basically, I'm wondering if my lifestyle will influence her in a negative way when she grows up.
What is your lifestyle?
It was the equivalent of 10 dysfunctional relationships in one. And also because I work full-time, I have a great job, I'm finishing up grad school, it's all these factors combined.
What are you
I don't
studying?
remember her growing up, distrusting men.
What are you studying in grad school? Virginity?
Maybe.
What do you take?
No, I'm taking biology.
Well, what do you want to parlay that into?
Well, basically right now I'm in a technical field, I'm working with an engineering department.
So,
I have a good career going right
all
now.
right, so are you saying you don't want to be in any relationships for how long?
Well, right now I don't have any feelings. Basically, it's so bad. I guess some part of me turned off.
Do you think the relationship you were in was normal, healthy?
No, definitely not.
Right. Do you think it's healthy to then go to the extreme opposite end of that spectrum and just completely shut down emotionally?
Yeah, but that's my concern.
Not a bad technique, by the way, not a bad idea for the time being, okay? Because you don't trust yourself to pick somebody, at least you shouldn't trust yourself to pick somebody with whom you could have a decent relationship.
Although
But-
somebody who says they don't trust themselves, I would trust to pick somebody.
But I understand, but it's the flip side of the same coin that she's on right now. It's the same
The other
problem.
extreme.
Yeah, and if you're going to have a moratorium on relationships, we would probably support that. But do something in the meantime to change your inner workings so you can then go forward and have meaningful relationships. Because lives are really not fulfilled without human connection, without intimacy. And although your daughter,
abundance of pornography, let's be fair.
and although your daughter doesn't need a male necessarily immediately in her life, she certainly is going to pick up on your feelings about them.
How long has it been since you've felt a warm caress?
Well, 2 years.
Do you live near the studio?
Stop, David. How old is your daughter?
3.
Just
Three.
turned 3.
So it's been 2 years since you've been with a man.
But you know what? She might have built up enough strength by staying away this long where she could handle it.
No,
No?
because things don't change inside people that way.
No, I'm
They just
sorry.
don't.
So how does it affect a little kid who doesn't have any memory? Is that a bad thing?
Theoretically, the really important relationship is with mom. Okay, the dad, it's all theoretical. The dad sort of represents the outside world, and the child may have some difficulty sort of understanding man, coming to grips with man, and have different altered perceptions of the outside world, perhaps as a result. But the important relationship is with the mom. But it's not so much that the man on around; it's her feelings about the man, the mom's feelings about the man.
I really
really knows
don't
they
have
did.
negative feelings about men. I just don't see myself in a relationship with anyone. I really respect men. I have good male friends. I just don't see myself involved with men. And I don't want to.
All right, but here's what we're saying. You're 24 years old.
Yeah.
You're very young. What you need to do is do a little work on yourself, a little therapy, what have you, and then get yourself back into the game. Where's your dad?
Oh, he and my mom have been married for about 40 years.
Really?
Yeah, rock solid.
You get along all right with dad?
had said. I mean, they're really, really supportive people, but he would like brag, if you're gonna be the best lawyer there was, and I was like, well, God, I'm really interested in science, but
Okay.
I need to be the best scientist there ever was.
My dad used to do the same thing. It's just substitute scientist or lawyer for carpet cleaner. And it was really the same rap.
That's why you get a trash collecting. They're really, maybe you could have changed that.
Yeah, really could have parlayed that into something. All right, so then it worked. I'm sorry. Go
Well, I
ahead.
was just
Wendy.
gonna ask, isn't it almost like a muscle that atrophies if you don't use it? I mean,
Relationships?
well, and having a romantic interest in someone, that I have many friends who have been through bad relationships and decide they're just gonna take a break, and after a while they have no interest anymore.
Right.
I suspect that's more complicated than it meets the eye. Yes, you can sort of get into sort of ruts, and it's difficult to get out of things, highly evolved behaviors. You know, something you're sort of a defense pattern you set yourself into is be very rigid.
All right, but you
That's
don't-
defensive. I'm not sure I'm not going to have a relationship. It's defensive.
And after a while you don't care so much.
That becomes set.
But does she?
And then also your biology calms down too. The sort of androgenic hormones, the ones that create sex drive, tend to drop off.
Hold on a second. Engineer Mike, can we come in here and mic up Drew's chair? It's a little distracting hearing it in the background that way. I'd like to get a fresh mic on that, maybe a lavalier or something.
This must be good.
Thank you.
So Drew, does she give these feelings verbally to the kid, or does she worry that the kid just picks
Could I
up?
pick up? The child. We're just suggesting that the dad sounds like a real narcissistic person who has no empathy, a total empathic failure, which is what causes her then to go out and make bad choices in relationships.
Does it always go back to parents?
Oh,
Terrifying. Drew, we have to talk about it.
Matt,
Yes,
you're
What?
19.
Oh,
I'm 19.
What's going on?
for quite a while.
I left home when I was 18 because I felt I was a victim of emotional abuse. Tried living on my own for a few months. Came to Minnesota to live. My sister and her husband was going to go to school. So I've been going to school. I've been doing so well. Lately, and pretty much the agreement was and has been reestablished recently that if things don't go well at school, I am out on my own. And
This with your sister and her boyfriend.
yeah, husband,
So they're gonna kick you out.
pretty much, yeah.
How would you support yourself?
I guess I just have to quit school and get a menial job, but I'm not sure what all my options are, and I'm also not sure what's causing this problem and why.
What problem?
Why things are going hell in a handbasket, why I'm doing poorly in school and not focused.
Are you depressed?
I don't know how to assess what would cause depression. It's not,
I'm going, we'll just go, yeah.
Yeah.
well, it's not like I'm incapable of doing anything. I mean,
I know. We'll go with depressed just based on the depression assessment answer.
okay, all right.
Because people that really break down the term depression are always depressed. It's true. It is true. When they really break
I'm
down.
not crying all the time.
Yeah.
That's usually the
So now you're depressed,
Okay.
and you're having difficulty motivating at school.
But I was having a
Even though
good
you don't
day
have
this
to do
morning.
anything
I
else
can't be
but school
depressed.
right now, right?
Well,
Right?
I do create other things for myself to do.
But in order to maintain your living environment, all you got to do is do well at school.
Yes.
Yeah. We're not asking about the Nintendo or the cabinet made out of popsicle sticks. We just want to talk about school right now.
Okay.
So that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
Okay. All we have to do is go to a commercial. So here's the situation. The one thing you have to focus on full time is your school, right? Now, so you don't get tossed out of your sister's house.
That's it.
That's it. I know you're depressed. Oftentimes people are
You
depressed.
smoke a pot?
No, but you don't understand. It's not working. I mean, I can tell myself, yeah, but I mean, it's to the point now where it's a matter of days before I have.
Are you smoking pot?
No.
Okay. So is that the problem's gonna get on the lead? No. Okay, hold on. Man.
Yeah.
Because of your level of depression, we're gonna put you on hold.
All
We're
right.
gonna go to break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna straighten this whole thing out.
Okay, thanks.
All right?
All right.
All right. We'll be back. It's a very special episode. I think he gets a hair week or something. I wasn't really paying attention, but that's what I thought it
Somebody's
was.
Prager's.
Yeah.
They're that.
Oh.
You're us.
Right.
That's the people.
But it's a good lead-in, isn't it? Frazier?
We're learning about that stuff. It's good and bad if we don't keep up what they do.
Then you really bad.
They're precious Frazier we can't mess with. So we're doing good though. I guess we got
You'll be eating our lunch soon
Who's
enough.
after
Don't
you?
worry, kid.
Dayline.
on the 9 nights, Dateline.
Yeah, how many nights are there in a week?
Every night.
And it's like, I swear they syndicate that show now on TNN or something. I'm watching Dateline from 1974.
Yeah, it's a
They're
grim
doing, like,
portent
John
of how
DeLorean
news is
something,
about to
and,
take over the old
people
world.
walk around in bell bottoms and Sansa belts. And, you ever see that, George?
No, I'm just thinking about some stuff that I've talked to them about, certain stories and things, and then they come out and present stories that are horrible.
You talking about Dateline?
Yeah. I mean,
Special K, what your kids are doing on the weekends. And then they go and interview Drew, and then
and I tell them what's happening, and it comes out, whatever needs to be said to sell airtime is what actually the story becomes. And oh my God. I know, I've seen some very twisted and horrible things about that fact.
All right, don't talk to us.
Yeah, you're gonna get sued and I'll get deposition. We better just move
No,
on.
I mean things that I don't fault them for, but boy, I mean things you can tell people in the media, and I'm not singling out
It's
anybody.
it's like, yeah, being interviewed, and you never know what part of it they're gonna take out of context.
You know, what happened? You guys just do something?
It happens when you'll be talking about a project you worked on, and they'll take a tiny little
They veer
bite
it
out of
over.
that sounds gossipy, and it ends up being very hurtful.
When you do like a 45-minute phone interview and you're just like in a glaze at the end thinking you're talking to one of your buddies and you're just like, yeah. And then suddenly the 10 minutes at the end and you kind of veered off to talk about something
And you
else.
feel like he's really your friend.
Right. So you started asking like where you can
Very
score
naive.
and stuff like that, and
It's not even naive as much as it's just a bad person on the other end that has to live with himself.
Well, they're just being journalists.
all right, where were we?
Yeah.
Matt?
Yeah.
Matt, you're 19, you're living in Minneapolis?
Yes.
Well,
All right.
thankfully, none of
You
them
get kicked out of his
none
own
of
home
them
for reasons we don't know yet.
Well, I didn't get kicked out. I left. I ran away.
Okay, you're being emotionally abused. You ran away.
By the way, another factor, which doesn't really seem to apply to me, but I guess it can't hurt. I'm pretty much totally blind. So,
Doesn't apply to you.
well, I mean, I don't know if it would apply to the situation.
Oh, okay. So can you drive?
No, not really. I haven't attempted that yet.
I don't wanna sound cruel, but if you're blind, you shouldn't run away. That's
Well,
all
I've
right.
tried it before, you know. I mean, I don't want to get burned twice.
All right, but so can you read or do you have to read Braille?
I can read Braille. Okay.
I can?
Yes.
That'd be it. By the way, if I lost my sight, that'd be it. It'd be books on cassette for the rest of my life. I couldn't read the Braille at the ATM. Are you kidding? Have you ever felt that stuff? No,
I can't even tell if you're masturbating, let alone if you're reading Braille.
But Matt, does this affect why you're having trouble at school right now?
No, but I thought you guys obviously seem to see this situation as me being depressed, and I didn't.
How do you see it?
Well, I guess it's probably the reason to. I can't stay focused on what I'm supposed to be doing, and even though it's what I don't want to.
Job.
It's just, do my schoolwork and be able to do a good job. I'm an intelligent person.
Here's the deal, man.
Yo.
We
Haven't
think you're
stopped that.
depressed because you sound depressed, and we're just basing that not so much on your history, but just on the tone of your voice.
Okay.
And the things you're saying are things that depressed people do. So here's what you need to do. I know you got a lot of stuff in you and a lot of rebellion in you and maybe some anger in you, but
Probably all those things.
all those things, right? So what you need to do right now is not act out because you're with your sister, she loves you, she's taking care of you, she's letting you stay at her house, she's smart to implement the tough love policy, which is you should sit home and drown your sorrows in Mountain Dew and play Nintendo all day. You should be doing something, and those should be the rules.
We ain't
for
gonna
you
tell
living
you
in your
he was
house.
blind.
Okay.
All right, listen, Matt, I'm not going to talk this into the ground.
Yeah, no buts.
No buts.
I agree with that.
You just go to school, do your thing.
And can
get
you
your
guys
degree,
just
and,
explain to me how the
even though,
blind kid plays
you feel
the
depressed?
Nintendo?
Hell, everyone's depressed. I mean, you
Yeah,
go
be
to
out,
work.
be out in the street, it'll be a little worse.
Yeah. Yeah, you want a reason to be depressed?
He's always self-sabotaging. It's fear of success too. But the fact is, get it together.
It gets worse, yeah.
You know, the problem with people fear of success? Here's what you should do if you have a fear of success. Go do something, get real close to being successful, and then back off at the last second.
Hey,
Most
fuck
people
you,
have a fear
buddy.
of success means that they don't want to take a job. You know what I mean? I have a fear of success, I don't want to put shoes on. Go ahead and actually get to the point where you're about to sign some multi-million-dollar contract and then renege at the last second.
In
Yeah.
other words, just define success
Like
at a higher level.
in Seattle,
All right,
there's a big contract.
Julie,
Yeah,
you're 16.
yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I've got a lot of problems that are leading to one big one, I guess. I just recently had a baby, and the father
About to get
of
high,
my
folks,
child
watch out.
is living with me at my parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom and him don't like each other. And it's causing a lot of friction on me.
How old is he?
He's 18.
Why aren't you guys getting married?
My mom won't let me. She doesn't like it. She said I have to wait till I'm 16 or till I'm 18.
I'm 15.
And, why is he living at the house with you?
Because it's
And my
1937.
mom,
No, we understand why she's
At her house.
at her house, right? Because I think she may put the down and pay for some of the mortgage. But why would he be living at the house?
well, it was kind of my dad's idea, and I wanted him to be here to help him with the baby.
Has he been?
Yeah, he works a lot at night, but he comes home and he sleeps, and but the days that he's off, he helps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he doesn't have to live there to help if he only helps on days off anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, so he doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, but don't you think it's an issue between dad and mom if dad brought the guy into the house or suggested the guy move into the house and mom can't stand the guy?
Does dad live at this house?
Yeah.
Does dad and mom get along?
Not really, but sometimes. It depends on what kind of mood he's in.
Whose fault is it? Is it your boyfriend's fault or is it your mom's fault?
That they don't get along? It's,
No, I'm talking about the ozone problem right now.
oh,
Yeah. Which one works at a petrochemical factory? No, yeah, so they don't get along good.
yeah. They both, well, see, what he does is he talks about my mom to me, and then my mom talks to me about him, and they can't communicate with each other.
Right, but you know when people aren't getting along, you can usually point the a-hole finger at one of them. Usually somebody's a little further out of line than the next. Sometimes then they drag the other one along with them and everyone becomes an a-hole. But somebody usually starts it and they're not holding up their end of the bargain.
What do you know about it,
Well, my
Kamala?
mom, she has a bad outlook on men, and she's always telling me, you know, he's not going to stick around, he's going to cheat on you, you know, he's a bad person, you don't want to be with him. And she brings up a lot of, like, in the past, me and him had a few problems, and she
You're in
just,
there.
yeah, she's just bringing those up, like, that should teach
How many
you
times
an
did he cheat
example
on
that
you
he's not a
exactly?
good guy.
All right, so Julie, don't you think he's got to get out of the house?
I don't know.
I think so.
Why is he there? He is not helping you with the child. That is why he's there.
He's lazy
And he's not
enough,
even. That's right.
Okay. He needs to get out of the house, Julie.
He
understand?
needs to be on days off, which is when he comes anyway.
He needs to get the El Camino off the blocks, pull it down the driveway, and flop at one of his buddies' houses.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a bigger issue because if I make him leave, it's probably going to be a permanent thing.
Well, then so be it. If he doesn't want to be involved with
He's
you
got a big
or your
ass.
child, Drew using the A.
Yes, really. That's
word.
that's unacceptable.
He can be a bad guy, yeah. He might be.
Sounds like your mom is right.
Sounds like a very tenuous father.
Sounds like your mom is right.
Yeah.
Mom may not be dealing with it well, giving you, helping you with this in an inappropriate way, but she sounds like she's right.
Yeah,
It's tough to cut that off, but you probably should. It's probably healthier across the board.
yeah, I was thinking about it because there's times when the times that he does have to watch the baby that he gets really frustrated and cusses and
And what? Does he do anything to the baby?
no,
He just cusses.
he just leaves him.
Listen,
Lets him cry.
he's gonna lose the kid in a cramps game. I don't trust this guy. You understand? All right, Julie, you need then move in with him. But
Last story I heard like that, the guy worked for the dad.
does he work for the dad?
No.
Okay.
He works graveyard somewhere,
Yeah.
but not at a graveyard, right?
No.
Everyone works graveyard everywhere but a graveyard. I believe most mortuaries close promptly at 5. I don't even know where graveyard came in. All right, I gotta find out what the guy does. Does he well? Does he work around metal?
No.
No. Does he work with baked goods at all?
No.
Security guard.
No.
Grave digging used to be a voluntary profession,
Really?
usually unpaid, and so people would do it late at night when they had the time.
That's pretty high-tech stuff? No.
No.
Okay. Listen, you can do better than this guy, Julie. We don't like him. And we don't like
It's
his...
not because of his job, it's because of the way he treats her.
Yeah.
we don't like his lack of commitment. I'm so amazed / outraged at the dads in this country that just they have a kid and it's a hobby. You know, it's kind of alright.
I'm gonna
hang out with
I'm
it.
just a pain in the neck as far as they're concerned.
Right.
Cussing has to take care of his child.
Oh,
Promise keepers.
Alan, how are you? You're 29. Well, the problem with this Promise Keepers is the only one who gets involved with Promise Keepers are guys in their 50s that already effed up their entire family from 20 years of drinking and abuse, and now they seem to like.
Yeah, right. They're not there.
They're not going to screw up their grandkids in Iowa. That's basically what Promise Keepers is for. Alan?
Yes.
What's going on there?
You ever heard of the Madonna Core Complex?
Sure.
What's the deal with it? I think I have had it for quite some time. I'm in a relationship with someone now, been almost a year. Her and I get along fabulously. I really dig her a lot. Problem is, I'm not really sexually attracted. I mean, I can't say I'm not sexually attracted to her, I am. But when I'm with her and we're having sex, in order for me to have an orgasm, I have to imagine someone else. The problem is that she's almost too, I can't say that she's too nice for me, but the people who I'm attracted to, who really get me excited, are not the kind of people I want to date for a long period of time. They're the people who I have sex with, and I meet them and I hang out with them for 3-4 weeks, and I get tired of them, I don't really respect them anymore.
Are you doing that anyway while you're in this relationship with your primary girlfriend?
I have done it once, briefly, and that was it. I have not carried anything on. And that's my problem, is that I'm at a point now where I'm saying, you know what, I've got to face up to this, I've got to deal with this, because I can't do this to myself, I can't do this to her.
Have you started to hear everyone's voice as sort of a hipster drone?
Why I feel this way, and I got to start.
Just watch out, buddy.
I don't know where to start digging.
I
Seriously.
think we're only going to guess at this, frankly, but go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna ask you, are you Catholic, lady?
No, I'm Jewish. Drew, you can.
Still not.
The deal is, I don't know, there's not a lot of possibilities here.
This is not a normal Jewish thing, though, is it?
Oh, it isn't.
No, not
Well,
it is.
Adam, you're the honorary Jew, you ought to know this.
I am the honorary Jew.
You are. You're right.
Each year,
You know how this is.
around Hanukkah, they don't give me all 8 days, but I get to reside over I think 3. Actually, the first,
3 of the 8,
third,
yeah.
and the is there 8 days?
Dates, yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. All the Jewish guys I know are real well adjusted.
Mm-hmm.
They like women with a large butt, like their mom.
Look, is it, Alan, that you're just dating women that you think you should be dating, or this woman is somebody you think you ought to be involved with?
You know, I think it's a combination of both. I mean, we met each other, and I just, it's been unusual because just from the get-go, I've always liked her.
See, what we're both picking up on is this thing that you feel that somehow a woman, this is what Buddy's asking whether or not you're Catholic, you feel guilty or wrong when you're really sexually attracted to a woman. Like
that could be.
While in fact, that's a very important part of a relationship, and that you should expect to have both.
Right.
Both
Just
of
want him trashy though, is that what he's saying?
No, well, it's what he it's what he's
I don't
probably
like it
saying.
trashy women much, but it's just that there's just a different type. They just have a different attitude about them. I can't really
Easier,
enjoy myself
looser.
sexually with her the way I can other women who I just date on the.
Your current woman reminds you of your mother. That's why you want to date
I
her.
have the answer. Alan.
Buddy, you are dealing with the thing Sigmund Freud basically made his name on. That's some funny shit. Men have a really, really hard time with this when they're from Puritan society.
Your girlfriend reminds me of your mother.
She's in She's the mother. No, it's really a because situation. The wars against the French and the Spanish here are a long time gone, but they were a big deal at the time. The French and Indian War was part of the first actual planet-wide war. It's wander around improving weird shit day. Like this barrel rack. Gotta have a high quality barrel rack. I joke, but the sheer amount of fine carpentry you can get this way is non-trivial. Wow, epic.
As one honorary Jew to the genuine Jewish article, here's what's going on. You, my friend, have a fear of intimacy. You can only enjoy yourself sexually and have the freedom sexually with somebody who you will not get involved with. Okay?
No, you're right. This is the other
It's
side.
funny over there.
Dave, it's true.
Dave, you're not an honorary Jew. You don't know this.
It's a way of
It's a way of remaining
distance.
intimate.
Or-
It's a catch-22 because you can't become intimate, or you can't have a relationship with somebody who you can't be attracted to someone you're having a relationship with. Therefore, how long is this relationship
Well,
really?
it's probably the real intimacies that you would get from having a sexual liaison and an attraction on other levels is too overwhelming. It's too annihilating. You get lost in it. You can't keep his boundaries, and so he has to either or.
Right. So you've never been married, have you, Alan?
No.
And you've never had a relationship longer than 18 months?
That's correct.
Uh-huh.
This
This
is
is a smart one here, by the way.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's always Drew the smart one, and then Adam Schmeckelhead over here with the nappy hair.
You got it.
Yeah, I know what's going on with that.
But it's actually, as I said, we're sort of stabbing and talking in generalities and guessing. And
I think I'm right on here.
We're in the ballpark, I'm sure.
Drew, where do I start digging with this? If I really want to do some work on this, what am I going to do?
Just
Where do I start?
standard individual psychotherapy. And what that is about developing a new intimate relationship in a real controlled manner. And the person, as the relationship evolves, will sort of create frustration by not gratifying your defenses, and you have to find new ways of dealing with the feelings that come out of that relationship, other than the old
Frustration
and
by
out
not
of that will
gratifying
come
your
information
defenses.
that
That's
the defenses
that's
now you've got to have more complete relationships. Helpful.
All right, on a slightly different subject, I spoke a few months ago about arranging a belated bar mitzvah for yourself.
Oh, really?
Yes, as growing up an atheist, I feel sort of slighted by not taking advantage of some of the historical religious events. Yeah, and the purse involved with the bar mitzvah. Plus, at 13, what are you going to do with that kind of booty anyway? Now at 33, I think I could really take advantage of that. So if there are any rabbis listening or proprietors of synagogues, perhaps they could call in. We'll get a van, we'll do it right.
David has to go.
Where are you going?
Can I go too?
No.
I have to go.
Oh, that is so pathetic. Where are you going to work? Well, that show, I've seen that show. You just show up. No.
Sir, it's complex and
You know,
myriad.
comedy is not easy.
I see this guy do it every night. It's gotta be easy.
As you know, and it's not pretty.
All right, what time do you have to be at work tomorrow?
Not really.
6 a.m.
Oh, that is such a load of crap.
But we also have, the day goes long.
Did you see that spaceman Nick? It takes 4 hours for this thing on.
Wait a minute. This isn't the sitcom with where Bobcat does the puppet, does it? Is it that one? Is that the one?
Greg the Bunny?
Okay, we'll let you go.
But thank you.
Similar.
This has been very enlightening.
Well, we can tell you're delighted by the
No,
way you're
you guys
getting a
just,
hasty
I think
retreat.
you're doing a good thing.
The fact that you're running out of the building and said pretty much
Just shoot
nothing
me
bad by
Tuesday
it.
nights.
Hickory ring. Rob.
Yeah.
I'm sorry we giggled.
All right, let's cut our losses and get these guys out of here. Tuesday night, NBC 9:30.
Thank you.
David,
Thank you very
Wendy,
much.
thank you, and Drew and I will be back with the new improved Love Line.
I'll take my headphones.
All right, hey, Ellen, you guys have to leave before I go to commercial, or can you just sit there?
That's so rude.
All right, we'll be back. No, leave. Enough. Bye-bye.
Get out now, leave. Enough.
We'll be right back. Dr. Drew will say something brilliant, but no one will hear it because Adam will be making funny noises.
Are you making a porn movie in there? What's going on there? What's that music? Is that? Oh, that is Debbie Does That? Alright, this is Love Line. For all that's Dr. Drew. Drew, you didn't just break late about a minute and a half ago.
No, that must have been Dave.
Party gift.
They can blame it on the missing guests.
What the fuck is wrong with the doctor lately?
He's
insane.
Terrible vacation.
Yeah, apparently.
44:55. Joey Ramone will be in.
This is what he's like when he doesn't get his vacation.
And
Plus he's got
I was talking to
3
Drew during the
5-year-olds
break.
at home.
Yeah, okay, that could do it.
So I had a meeting with a woman a couple days ago, and she wouldn't shake my hand. Now, what is that disorder? Is that a disorder?
Obnoxious disorder.
Yeah, but there's some sort of germ.
Alexander thing?
I could only. No, it wasn't.
Or I thought you just weren't deemed worthy of a handshake.
Well, I do these. But it's always amazing. I do these. I have these like general meetings sometimes. Drew, you don't have these because you're not on the inside. The fast track from Hollywood, like I am. The agency or the management or whoever arranges these general meetings, which is they have people who are head of casting at these different production agencies. This particular agency produced Judge Judy and Moesha, so they're forced to be reckoned with. But here's the thing that always pisses me off about these casting people. Most of them are prima donnas because they're used to a bunch of actors coming in and kissing ass. And you've heard my feelings on this before, I won't get into it. But the thing that always pisses me off on these things is they never heard of you and they never know who you are. And
It's their business to know that.
between the radio show and the TV show, most folks have heard of Loveline. Some haven't, but certainly most folks in the business either have or should have. I mean, this is your business. This is what you do. You cast TV shows. You produce TV shows. You make TV. It'd be akin to some guy on the 49ers not hearing of some guy who was on the Cowboys or something. It's his business, or a coach or what have you. But they always do this, and the thing is they don't even try. They have a bio, which is, in this case would be my bio, which they will read in front of you. See, here's the thing that pisses me off. I don't care if they've never heard of me, or Loveline, the TV show, or Loveline, the radio show, or MTV or anything. I don't care if they've never heard of any of it. But here's the part that pisses me off. Their assistant tells them at 2:20 that your 2:30 appointment is here, and it's this guy. And they don't bother to ask.
Or read.
Yeah, they don't they look at the bio in front of you, so it's the same thing every time. You go and you sit down, and they go, hi, how you are, and you tell them, and then they sit there and they look at the bio. It's the rudest thing in the world where they go over the bio in front of you, and they go, so, how long have you been doing the it's a rating? Oh, is it a TV show, or is it radio? And now I'm pissed. Now it's a screw you. So then the report goes back to, he's
Offensive.
He's very offensive. Because here's my thing to all of you gutless casting people out there, and I'm going to champion the cause of all actors. every schmo that came out here from Iowa with a duffel bag full of dreams, trying to get a big part in one of your crappy productions. Here's the deal. Treat these people with some respect and some dignity, and then certainly don't demand that they treat you with respect and dignity when you treat them like idiots. When you sit there and look at the bio and go, well, which one are you? Are you Dr. Drew, or are you a doctor? Read the goddamn bio before I come into the office, or screw you. And then don't get pissed when I sit there and act like an asshole. Because the second I see you reading the bio while I'm sitting there, I go into a-hole mode. And then you, so what do? Nothing. Little carpentry. Some boxing. And what do you want to do? I don't know.
Get the hell out of here.
Little this and that, mostly carpentry, maybe some radio. And what makes you want to act? Nothing.
Your agent sent me.
Agent sent me here. Okay, now the phone back up. Adam's agent, yeah, he was very unsurly. He's a surly man. He was very offensive. Couldn't believe, the temerity. Please, sit there and read the bio right in front of you and make you look like an a-hole.
Something happened today?
Screw you.
Something happened today?
No, this is a week ago. I'm just thinking about it.
What happened today?
Nothing.
No.
I'll tell you, casting people, and I can't figure out who lower on the chain. Is it PR people? Is it those lifeless, worthless PR people? Or is it the vermin known as casting? I can't figure out who's lower. What do you think, Drew?
I don't know.
I'd say the casting people are lower.
Very important thing to figure out.
Yeah, we need all of you to show up at the same time, and then we're going to go out and grab a hoagie. And don't worry, you'll all wait. What?
You know what I've noticed? That you often read the bio in front of our guests.
No, what are you talking about?
You do.
Hey, you know what I mean?
First back to it.
Tonight you didn't even say hi to Wendy because you were signing autographs.
You know why I read the bio in front of the guest stand? Because you show up the bio 4 minutes before the show starts while the guests are sitting in here.
You won't let me give it to you the night before because you're going to lose it. I can't trust you with it for 24 hours.
All right, but our agreement was that you show up at 9:30 and give me the bio
Well,
so
the
that I have
fact
a half
that
hour.
I can't give you something tonight and you'll
What
still have
time
it
did Ian
tomorrow.
show up tonight, everybody?
It was raining.
It hasn't rained in 6 hours, please.
Hello.
Come on. All right.
True. Somebody who can't hold on to something for 24 hours.
Listen, I always know who our guests
Thank
are.
you.
I always know.
I always have to have Drew
But you
back
always
me up on giving you a
Let me
bio.
tell you the reason I don't take the bio 24 hours in advance, because a lot can change in 24 hours.
Look, he does always.
Defend him.
He always.
Yeah.
No, listen. This is true though. He always
Indefensible.
isolates for 10 or 15 minutes before the show, right?
Yeah.
He's reading the bio for the 10 or 15 minutes while it leaves us to go out and make sure everybody's happy.
But
Yeah,
and
he
it
reads
gives us
very
crap for
slowly,
doing that.
so he's
While
still
Troy's
reading it when they
cackling
get.
directly to my left, trying to finagle some sort of free tickets or movie pass off of someone, and I yell at him to get the F out of the room so I can read the bio. I always read the bio and pretend like I'm interested in whatever the celebrity's doing. I never look up at them and go, and you are, just shoot me. That's a TV show, is
And
it?
reading is a painful experience for him.
That's true.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand why he doesn't take it the night before. That way he can go home and study it.
Because he can't read well enough to realize what the pages are he's got there. No.
Oh yeah, well, please. If I brought that thing to bed, we'd have to get a blowtorch to get it off of me. Everything I bring to bed clings to me the next day. Paper especially, and it tears when I try to pull it off. Actually, it's like I look like a big piñata after a good night with a bio. Especially when you got a looker like that David Spade.
Well, I mean-
You've never seen his room. His room is a video cavern.
No, I will not go.
Please.
Yeah, I will
But
not go
I
into
really
his
think you enjoy your
room.
mobile
Fallon.
tonight.
All right, man. You sure you can solve all this by just showing up to your
Dude.
job on time?
Okay, why don't you come to the station tomorrow when I'm there every day?
Yeah, Ann. Ann gets pissed when she has to do her job, but it's a very touchy subject.
All right, let's go.
All right, Ann. You give me the bio tonight. All right?
And have one ready tomorrow also. Just copy it. Do one tonight.
And Drew,
Just copy it.
you can't say anything because you don't even know the name of the guest, usually.
Lisa.
Lacey, you're 31.
Hi.
All right.
It's nice to talk to you guys. I listen to you from Utah because I'm in school, but it makes me feel like I'm back in Los Angeles.
That's great. I'm sorry that we had such an offensive battle here going on. We included you on the air.
Entertaining. I was calling because last year I went, well actually it was earlier this year, I went to have my well woman checkup, and I went to the medical clinic at the school, and the doctor, didn't want to do a pap smear. And, well, he said it was because I wasn't sexually active, and since I wasn't sexually active, there was no need to do it.
That's not true.
And, well, that's what I thought. I was under the impression that, that having, being more risk for sexually transmitted diseases might be more of an indication.
Right. Well, now just being sexually active puts you at higher risk for cervical cancer. But it doesn't. But not being sexually active doesn't take your risk to zero.
Right, and especially because aren't I now in the age group
Yes. Oh yes.
at a high risk?
Oh well, it's yes.
So,
When do you enter the high risk group?
Late 20s, early 30s.
yeah. I'm early 30s.
How come you're not sexually active, Lisa?
Religious reasons
Mm-hmm.
and moral reasons.
Really?
Huh?
Well, what's going on? You want to wait till you're married?
Uh-huh.
Have you had sex?
No.
Oh, really?
Really?
31?
Yes.
You've never had sex?
Never.
She said use the word virgin a couple times. I know it's hard to show it to
So I'm still seething.
So what?
You've used the word virgin?
Have I used the word virgin?
No, I didn't hear you say you were a virgin.
Well, I guess I probably didn't.
All right, I didn't know. I was looking up, I was seeing you're 31 years old, and I was just assuming you were taking a little sex break.
No.
Okay, so what's up with you?
What do you mean what's up with me?
Did your dad do something weird to you?
No.
Really?
No, it's for moral and religious reasons.
Yeah, but religious people hurry up and get married so they can get it on.
What?
How come you haven't done that?
I guess I just haven't had the proper opportunity presented.
No, what's wrong with you? Is there anything wrong with you?
Wait. So, but you get the feeling that they think about it.
No, I don't get the feeling anything's up, but I know something's up.
No.
Yeah, right.
No.
Lisa?
Thanks, Dr. Drew. No, nothing.
Now, don't be offended, but are you heavy now?
I am a little bit overweight, but I haven't always been.
But that's only good for about 5 years. That's not good for the whole 31 years.
Right.
Right. Although,
I mean, like in college, I was a cheerleader in high school and very active in sports and everything. And in college, I had tons of friends, and I dated a bit, and I dated, on and off.
but you don't have a hymen, right?
I don't know. I mean,
She doesn't have those.
well, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sure. See, the thing is, when I was living in Los Angeles, I would go to the medical college there.
They just routinely do it.
The pap smear pelvic
Sure.
exam. He did a pelvic exam.
They'll have that.
Didn't do a smear.
Yeah.
Well, so do you have the hymen?
I would assume I do.
31's
Although, I mean,
Well,
I say one time that the older you get, the more likely it is that it's
It's gone.
Well, wouldn't you know it was gone?
Not necessarily. I would think you're gone.
Your gun was gone?
Yeah.
I bet no. Can you check now? Lisa, we got a little wager going. Mike, you want some of this action?
How would I even know?
Mike's going half hymen. Well, could she check? Now listen, we gotta go to break. I'll tell you what though. Could she could figure it out, right? She could? Yeah, she could.
Well, I mean, I do tampons all the time.
Yeah. These tampons, the pelvic exam, and all that stuff. Speculum.
How far up is the hymen?
It's not very far out.
It is. So a tampon would, you know it?
I mean, let's go to break.
Okay, all right, hold on. Lisa, we gotta go to break. I want you to really get to the bottom of all hymen thing.
Okay.
Because I got buck that says it's still there.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Dan, you want some of this? Okay. Well,
I'm surprised she hasn't hit him yet.
Click me the hymen piercer. Mostly fast. She's very sassy this day tonight. All right, hang on, Lisa.
Okay.
All right, see if you can give yourself a quick workup, see what you can find.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll be back to get to the bottom of the hymen after this.
What's the music about?
What?
Hey, I'm Vince Neil. 66, Tommy Lee. Motley Crue. You are curing yourself. You're listening to Love Line.
Yeah.
Hey, to me.
Oh, my goodness.
But you want to know what? I didn't accept it.
You already had it.
Oh, did you? Ann, did you see that? Yeah, you did.
I'm waiting for the weekend, baby.
Take it home.
Wanna borrow it?
No. See, I don't go for that. I have a bizarre set of moral guidelines, which I use to run
Do
my life.
tell.
They must be.
I don't like that. I
You're
don't.
violating somebody else's privacy.
Yeah, I'm not into that. I don't mind abusing somebody. I don't mind getting into it with somebody. And I don't mind talking a little smack about somebody. But I'm not into this sort of violation thing.
You really surprised me with that.
I did, didn't I?
You did, yeah. You saw a look on my face. Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, you know, part of it was, to be honest, is I probably masturbated about an hour and a half before you offered me to taste
There
it.
wasn't anything in the chamber.
Yeah, it took a little of the wind out of my sail. It's easy to be moral and righteous when you're not feeling the motivation. But I still won't do it. I've heard other radio shows talking about it. I've heard everyone talking about it on the internet and whatnot. And I thought, you know what? I don't need that on my karma list. I don't need to get involved with that. And by the way,
That means you have a video out there somewhere, don't you?
yeah, I do.
There's something out there that you're afraid of coming out.
Yeah.
That I might.
No, I don't. The way I feel about that is Drew, I'm guessing you're not. What are you, interested much in that kind of stuff?
No.
You know, I understand the curiosity, and if I was at someone's house and they fired it up, yeah, I'd watch it. But the people that get on the radio and do whole shows dedicated to it, and it becomes a topic of many morning shows and that kind of stuff.
Howard Stern.
I find that sort of reprehensible.
Yeah.
I find it sort of despicable / pathetic. I really do. And you know the thing I can't
Wow.
stand.
Without a girl that thinks you're sexually pathetic,
it's the
that's
most
not a good
pathetic thing in
sign.
the world. They go, and they try to rationalize their own guilt, their own vermitude by saying, well, if somebody was stupid enough to videotape themselves having sex, they deserve whatever, fill in the blank.
Deserve
What do
it.
you mean they deserve? These are the same a-holes that go, anybody who leaves their briefcase on their car seat with the window open deserves to have it stolen.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
They do? Why? Briefcase is it, you a-holes? I just think it's despicable.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to get
Well,
involved.
that's usually agree on something so fully.
Here, plus I know them. I like Tommy, I like Pamela, and I just, I just feel, I just don't feel right about it. Alright. Lisa? Hmm? Yeah, where me and Tommy are tight, and I called them up the other day for him.
So the question was,
No. But he let me drive his Ferrari. Come on.
that was a deal.
Gotta be worse.
So we can't see how there could be really a Hyman.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
talk me out of the
you said you had another question?
I did. This isn't on the same subject, but I was just wondering, you know how they have the toilet seat covers when you go into public restrooms?
Right.
Does this really do any good in like protecting
Yeah, well, I'll tell you.
from germs and disease and everything? Because where I am now, I think in California it must be a law because they're always in all the public restrooms, but in other states, and the one that I'm in right now, they don't.
Remember I was saying, hold on, Drew. Remember I was saying something about this Lisa at the town hall, and you were saying, no, she's the one with the morals and convictions.
Well, but Lisa is a little histrionic, and she has some, I'm going to predict some very involved parents, right?
Not overly involved, but
As far as Lisa's concerned.
Yeah, compare next to my fuck. Dad, I'm going out on a motorcycle in the rain with a bald tire, drunk and no helmet. Okay.
that's very true. Yes, they are.
Yeah, and that creates a certain kind of person that is worried about germs, things like that, sort of.
No, I'm not worried about it. Although,
Yeah.
no, I'm just curious.
Let's put it this way, I didn't realize there was such a degree of traffic.
Well, I used to actually put it between the bowl and the seat, which, boy, was I in for a shock when I realized it went on top of the seat. I kept thinking to myself, how I was sitting as a stew of urine and man batter each time and think to myself, how does this thing offer any form of protection? And then I realized, of course, it went on top. Lisa, how far have you gotten with the guy?
How far have I got?
At age 31, yeah.
Not very.
What, kissing?
Oh, yeah.
You feeling? Yeah, have you ever seen it?
No, not really.
You never seen a penis?
Yeah.
Really? You have?
I have, yeah.
In the flesh?
Yeah.
No, yeah. Okay. Was it flaccid?
Yeah.
Then what?
Uh-huh.
Well, that doesn't really count. Which was that?
You know, well, the point is, that, I mean, it's just that I've made the decision.
All right. And you date anybody? You interested in anybody?
I'm kind of dating someone like that.
You are.
Yeah, kind
But it
of.
doesn't look like marriage.
We're really good friends from way back.
Don't do it.
Kind of in that stage where we're spending more time
All right.
together.
But don't get married, just have sex.
Well, that's a little late now. I think by the time I'm 31, I wouldn't.
Good point.
All right.
See, this is
Now,
something
Lisa's got there's some issues.
Yeah, but look, the deal is, wait, don't hang on, Lisa, the fact is, there's not really, in this
I don't
country,
have to take it to get used to
no,
those.
I like to talk to him, Brad. Alright, let's just talk after now, since you put it on hold. That there really is not much you can get from toilets, in reality. That internationally, oral fecal contamination is a very serious form of transmission disease, but right now, at least in this country, there's really not much you can get.
Sir, weren't you approached by the International Office of Oral Fecal Matter and International?
ILOFC.
Yeah, didn't they approach you for a PSA the other week that your management turned down?
I can't talk to him.
Dan.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, you're 18 good.
Hey, you guys, okay, you rule, okay?
Thank you. Yeah. You know who I was if I walked in your office.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. You'd be delighted.
Here's the deal real quick. I'm 18 years old. I guess I should say I was on in the program. I got 9 months clean sober.
Right.
I was a virgin all the way till I was 18 years old. This was a strange thing, you know, but I don't know why. I just did it. Now I'm 18 years old.
Well, let me venture a guess as to why. You couldn't get laid
That could be one
when you were
reason.
16 or 17. Is that because?
It took away from my good drug using time.
I see, yeah.
Very valuable, wasteful time, you know.
All right, but you're sober now.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm ready to party, right?
Right.
Okay. I've had sex 4 times now since I've been 18 years old.
4 different women, or?
Twice it was the same woman and then 2 different women. And every single time I could not climax, could not have an orgasm. I was, I don't know what was wrong. They were very beautiful women.
Are you doing road man?
No, I was not.
Mm-hmm.
It was, it's not that there was anything wrong with the girls. There was different situations too. One was a girl that it was not hard to get her into that position.
Were there anxiety-provoking situations in any way?
No, actually, I was pretty laid back.
Were you worried about what had happened before in terms of your difficulty?
No, not really. No, in fact, I mean, it wasn't a stress.
Well, let me jump in here for a second, Dan, and put you throwing at ease.
Okay.
Guys, when they're getting started sexually, usually fall into one of 2 categories, which is the premature guys, the guys who are first in line, and then the guys who have difficulty achieving it all.
Sure.
My theory is the following, Dan. You've probably been masturbating since 15,
Oh, yeah.
maybe 14 and a half.
Religiously.
Okay, so you've had a good 3 years under your belt, or the pun.
I'd say more around 4.
Okay, 4 solid years of no sensation other than your own.
How much every day?
Then, yeah, every day.
Yeah.
Because you don't like drugs, you take
Yeah, but you gotta hold back a couple of days.
No, true. Please don't crap on the point midway into the point.
I tried that once. I started hallucinating. It was very bad. I don't want to go back there.
Quiet down there, please. Drew, what I'm saying is that he's only experienced the sensation of his hands. Okay, his penis almost became trained in that sense to that sensation. the orgasm premature or is the inability to have one because of the newness of the environment.
So,
Take it a little easy on yourself. Cut back just a little bit on the masturbatory practices. Hook up with a woman that you can stay with for a while so that you can get the penis acclimated to its new home.
it's okay.
You know that's penis, right?
Yeah.
You know, right? You know, Brad?
Yes.
You do? All right, but don't say that real gratuitous whacking her.
I think look, you came up with a great point there, which is that this guy masturbates a lot. And if he would back off
You know
on
what I'm
that.
talking about? As a man, I'm talking to you as a man then, not as a
And if he back,
not as a wet nurse. I'm talking as a man.
if he backs off on that, and if he is less compulsive about that,
No, I can't be in the way.
and I understand, and also indeed to try to work that into his comfort zone is a good message.
Everything is right now, though, Drew. I mean, this is this is the way guys used to do it back in the day. I gotta tell you, it is now rape, but back then it was just cunning.
So you're right.
It's like strategy.
Yeah.
And that's all we had.
So women are being protected against that cunning
Okay.
behavior.
All right. I think it's fairly despicable. How old is this guy?
He's 17.
And you're not attracted to, are you into him at all?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
So you'd like to have more than just the get stoned and dry hump relationship that you currently have?
Yeah.
But you don't think he wants any more?
I didn't say anything because he's also my best friend's brother, and she wouldn't like contact because she's seen me kiss him before and she put that on me.
How old is he?
How old is she?
He.
Oh, he's 17.
All right. Listen, Melissa, here's what you do. No bong loads, no sex. If he wants to go out with you, he can call and you can go out. Then you'll know. If he doesn't call.
And don't get high with him when you're out on a date.
Oh, yeah.
Really, if that's what he thinks
She
you're gonna do,
giggles.
this is not somebody that you want to be in a relationship
Melissa, you got a predator. You got that little girl voice. Anything behind that?
Huh?
Anything behind the little girl voice?
Oh, no.
No? No incest, rape, any weird stuff?
No.
Physical abuse.
Nope.
Dad's all right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Right. You visit him every weekend in Juliet?
Oh, he lives with me.
He lives with you. All right.
Where's your mom?
Oh, she lives with me too.
Well, that's very novel.
Lives with me. That's a strange way to refer to one's family, isn't it?
Melissa?
Yeah.
You're living with them, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's their house?
Yeah.
Okay, have a little respect.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, stop getting stoned and let this guy feel you up. It's a bad sign.
If she still speaks like that when she's 24, it sums up.
Yeah. Here's what women do. Women, see, I catch them later when they're pissed off and bitter about all the stuff that the guys got away with for the prior 10 years. I don't like that.
No.
You know what I'm talking about? I run into everybody. Every woman I run into is now, the buck stops here. Enough is enough. No. Gone are the days of boozing and sexual antics. I'll not be taken advantage of anymore. Oh, hi, Adam. Nice to meet you. Oh, I got so screwed on that deal, Drew.
Hey, check this out. Elizabeth Montgomery died in May of 95. 2.5 years ago.
Oh, really?
Sorry, so I want to talk to this guy, but it may take a while. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Number one or number two?
Oh, hey!
Hey!
I got it. I was talking to my control room operator. He was going to watch the phone while I went and relieve myself. Hey, nice to hear you guys.
All right, Ted. Well, where are you working there, Ted?
U.S. Steel Gary Works. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but...
U.S. Steel Gary Works?
Yeah, right on Lake Michigan.
Is there a word missing from that title, like an and or a the or some sort of connecting word?
This is Gary Works.
Okay.
Steel Gary Works.
You do steel?
That's right.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm a shift manager out here.
You guys manufacture?
Out here.
You guys manufacture steel?
Yeah.
All right.
Lots of it.
I'll tell you. Hey, they film a lot of boot commercials over at your place? Every time I see a goddamn boot commercial, it's a Sears, Manhandler boot. It's always some guy pouring steel, molten steel. A lot of sparks around. Apparently, the only people who wear boots are people that work around molten metal.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. Got out there.
Are you in the union and everything, Ted?
No, I'm management, so
No.
not union.
All right, but you're making a nice living.
Yeah, it's not bad. No complaints, really.
All right, what's
We
your...
can always be making a little bit more money, you know?
Well, those damn Japanese before all
That's
this.
right. You gotta watch them, right?
You gotta watch everybody, Ted. Everybody but your own, you hear me?
That's for sure.
Don't even trust your own.
That's right.
He's one of them. Ted, what do you want?
So anyway,
What the fuck?
I'm in this predicament. Me and my girlfriend had a baby girl about 4 years ago. So one day things weren't going well, so she split. She took off to her brother's house, took my daughter, and her brother is gay. And I always suspected there was activity going on in the house, but then I asked my daughter today about her uncle's boyfriend. And it turns out that my daughter had told me that she knows that his boyfriend's sleeping with him, and they kiss in front of her, and it's driving me crazy.
How old's your daughter?
She's 4 years old.
Mm-hmm. Why does this bother you?
It bothers
Oh, come on, Drew.
What about her emotional and her ornamental, you know?
That seeing two men would disturb her in some way.
Well, I don't know if it does now because she doesn't know. But what down the road? I'm not sure about it. I just don't feel that it's a healthy environment for any child.
Damn straight. It's not, Ted.
And you know, anymore these days, they since they came out of the closet, they've got everybody, you know, thinking that this is normal activity. And I want my daughter to grow up to be just a normal heterosexual and have a wonderful.
I like this Ted. He's a steel working guy. He you know, he's the kind of guy who wears a collar but likes to roll up his sleeves.
That's right.
Get down there on the floor once in a while, kick a little fanny. That's how the old guys used to do it. Now let me tell you, he didn't get the managerial job because some affirmative action program gone bad, or because Papa ran the company. He started on the floor like the grunts and he worked his way up. Am I right, Ted?
That's absolutely right.
I am?
That's absolutely right.
I don't know about that. I can hear that in your voice. And he's worried about his kid's sexual proclivity years before puberty. I like that.
Absolutely.
I like that.
You are being mocked in expert fashion, sir.
I'm going to have a plan. Like, you know how Drew has a college fund for his kids?
Yeah.
My son is going to have a heterosexual fund. Forget about this college. I'm going to amass thousands, and I'm going to then bribe him to be heterosexual on his 16th birthday. It'll be my form of a bar mitzvah.
Do you guys think this could scar her emotionally?
No, she'll
Like slide, you think?
yeah, I understand it's a little bit weird for you, but I don't think it's going to affect her to any...
You listen to this show, right?
Right.
You hear all the problems we hear
Oh,
about.
absolutely.
Is that ever a problem?
I guess mine's pretty small.
No. But listen, but you don't hear kids, if growing up saying, "Oh, I was traumatized because my step, whatever, and when I saw two same-sex people kissing in a loving way." I mean,
Right.
or intimately involved. It's okay. It's not very.
All right, one more quickie. Joey Ramone is in, I believe. Yeah, I think I saw him walking by. Lauren,
Yeah.
you're 16.
Yeah.
That's my sister's name.
Oh, cool.
Except for she tried to spell it Lauryn, somewhere about 25. I had nothing to do with that, by the way. I'm not going to participate in this little independent charade.
What is that? What is that?
No, it's people that have nothing better to do with their life.
Think
Please.
about all the ways we spell parent.
Yeah, I know. Screw all of you. Let's just come up with one.
About their parents.
No, the kids. In my sister's case, she stuck the Y in.
We're talking.
Listen, it was my parents' fault for giving her a bad environment and forcing her to put the Y in later on in life. Yes, you could trace it back to them for that, but they didn't spell it that way.
But I think most of the kids, we get these funny spellings from the parents.
I know.
I really believe that.
Stoners. All right, Lauren.
Okay.
Stoners.
I've been listening to your show for a
That
long
is
time.
his solution.
Just for college. But I just have a question about my boyfriend. He doesn't jack off, and all his friends do, and everyone I know does, and he just thinks it's gross. And I was wondering if that's abnormal.
Well, you got a problem on your hands, Lauren. Yeah. First, should she get out right away, or should she call him and break up first?
How old is he?
16.
Yeah.
How old were you starting out?
Hold on a second. Hey, Lauren?
Yeah.
Who cares? Please, you.
But look,
Oh, screw her.
this point, how old were you? I mean,
All his friends jack off, and my friends jack off, and he doesn't jack off. Oh, who cares? Please, what the hell kind of show is this turning into, Drew?
it's the stuff you love talking about.
You remember being 16, don't you?
Yeah.
You weren't an idiot, were you?
No, I don't think.
I mean, Lauren's asking a question a 9-year-old would ask. She's 16 years old. Who cares? You know what I'm saying?
She just-
I'm not going to dignify everything with an answer.
Strangers.
But he doesn't jack off because he doesn't jack off. Who cares? Maybe either he does and he's not telling you about it, or he doesn't and it's his own business. That's it. He'll get around to it.
If you were 18, would you be concerned with
That's
that?
a problem, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's time for intervention.
That's
All right, but you know what I'm saying? I didn't start till I was 16, by the way.
that's what I was trying to point out.
No. Sorry, man. Is it cool?
Yeah.
All right, am I right for hanging up on Lauren?
No,
I am. I do feel
We answered the
better.
question.
All right, but screw
We answered the
that.
question.
What the hell kind of show is this? Joey Ramone will be in here in just a matter of moments, and we'll be back. Talk more after that.
Iggy as he took the stage in Minneapolis, I believe it was. Joey Ramone is here. Phone number 1-800-LVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. Joey is here because Joey has contributed to a Iggy Pop tribute album, and he's actually has the first cut on the album. And all the
first cut's the deepest, right?
no, Rod Stewart.
See that?
Yeah,
See, I know I'm a musicologist.
very sharp. But it's the charity's Lifebeat, and all the proceeds from the tribute go to Lifebeat.
Well, go to Iggy.
Do you know anything about Lifebeat?
Yeah, it's the I guess the music industry pays the whole
You
bit.
didn't get briefed, did you?
Yeah, well, I know what it is. I mean, it's a great organization.
Well, it's for, what is it for, Drew? Read that thing, would you? And give it a plug. And first, let's...
It's called AIDS education, and there's actually an AIDS, certain ways of delivering AIDS services. That's the AIDS organization established innovative ways to disseminate information and provide financial assistance to members of the music community living with HIV and AIDS.
All right, and that's where the money from...
And you're part of the music,
We are?
yes.
Yes, I never thought of us that way. Certainly
Oh,
not
yeah.
Drew.
Mediacologist.
Joey, first,
Colleges, I like that.
settle a bet for us,
Oh,
please.
yes, sir.
How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
I won
At this
under
point, you're
43.
45.
Drew won over 43. Because Drew said he saw you at his college, although actually he probably didn't see you. He just knew you played his college in 1978.
78. Which college was that?
Amherst.
Well,
Double
he's
beauty student.
probably right. He's probably. I think it's a tie. I think you guys are tied.
Oh, really?
We split the year.
43.
We split it.
June.
We thought we might tie, so I said anything before June, I got. Anything after June, Drew has.
May. It's May.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you
kidding?
serious?
Yeah.
That's
Are you
amazing.
after me?
That's
May 19th.
yeah, that's amazing.
19th,
Me and Pete Townsend, we got the same birthday.
May 19th, 1955?
No,
Well, wait a minute. Wait, 54. Hold on. Maybe some fibbing going.
50, yeah, that's it, 55. Right on.
Wait a minute. Joey's lying now. We gotta see some, can we see some ID?
You know, I didn't bring my ID.
Man.
I'm lucky I got on the plane.
But listen, you're seriously, you don't look a day over 30.
Thank you.
I mean, not that you're in incredible shape or anything, but you just don't look old.
I gotta get in better shape.
Screw it. You got women, you got money, forget about it.
And nothing with it.
Right, just drink your coffee and relax.
I got my advice, my coffee.
I'm still gonna take the dollar though.
Take the dollar.
Is your birthday seriously May 19th?
May 19th.
Okay, good enough. So if you've been just another 11 or 12 days, Drew may have cashed in, but no. Thank you, Jesus.
May 19th, 1951.
We negotiated that position.
Yeah, we'll run around
So the
the
doctor
car before the
actually-
show. I tried to
The
figure
doctor
out
won
what
handling.
All right, so you played
He
Amherst in
is
70,
46 years old at the
When
time of
did
this
you
taping.
Well, I was my early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
We started in 1974. I
Uh-oh.
think it was March of 74.
Wait a minute, you're screwing up with the math now, I believe. Because if you were in your early 20s in 74, that meant in 78 you were in your mid-20s.
I'm 45.
Oh. I should have heard about that. Are you serious?
Still
Yeah.
Not sure.
All right.
Well, it depends on what.
Hey, no, wait a minute. You just gave me the dollar.
Yeah, no, he's 46 now.
Actually, I'll have another cup of coffee.
We'll get you
No,
another.
I feel like I'm just getting my second win now.
Yeah, we like that. Because I know you came out from New York and you know, there's jet lag and you haven't slept.
I haven't slept 2 days and I'm jet lagged.
Yeah, well, we're going to make it worth your while because Drew's going to give you $1.
Can I have another cup of coffee?
Yeah, Ann will get you some coffee, or Sherry will get you some coffee, or Lisa will get you some coffee, and we'll plug the in-store at the Tower on Sunset Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Yeah, it's tomorrow. That's autographs with you.
Check it out. It's not perfect.
Degeneration and
Rodney Bingenheim is going to be there.
oh, he's a legend.
He's a legend in his own.
I'll tell you, it's going to be Triple God's hat. What's going on over
This
there?
guy,
God's sake. Brandy.
Hi.
Hey, you're 21.
Yes, I had,
I love that coffee. It's great. I just want to, my compliments to the coffee.
I had a
man.
question for you.
What's up, Randy?
Brandy, you're a fine girl.
Thanks. I was named after that song, by the way. I'm a lesbian, and,
You're in trouble. Thank God your mom wasn't listening to Delta Dawn at the time. Oh, Ellen Reddick here with that. I love Ellen.
I always seem to, fall for, my best friend, okay? And I've had this friend now for, a year.
Well, who better than your best friend?
Excuse me?
Who better? Who do you know better than your best friend?
My mother.
All right, that's a little weird. I understand. That's off limits.
But, I tried to tell her, that I had these feelings for her, and every time we drink together, stuff happens between us, we make out or whatever. But one night, I wasn't really drunk, we had a couple beers, and I asked her to kiss me, and she said okay, and then we kissed for 20 minutes, and then she had to leave, she had to go home, she has a boyfriend, she lives with her boyfriend.
Yeah, get some air.
Yeah, and so I asked,
Just 20 minutes.
yeah, and then I asked her again if I could have one more, and then she did it again, and then when I asked her the third time, then she said that she didn't want to risk our friendship and things shouldn't be that way.
All right, so she's not interested in that kind of relationship.
She's messing.
Yeah, but why would she, kiss me?
Because she screwed up.
Right. She's messing.
She kind of fell into it. Yeah, people do a lot of stuff on impulse. Don't you listen to this show? I mean, she has a few beers. She's kind of experimenting a little bit. Felt good at the time, but when clearer minds prevailed, she decided to stay with her boyfriend and keep up in their heterosexual relationship.
Yeah, but she says she loves me. She tells me that all the time.
How does she look?
She's messing with you.
I guess I would think more than friendship because she's always bumping into me.
You want to gamble? Yeah, we're gambling. Ready?
Yeah.
We've heard enough to know we need to gamble on it.
Okay.
You feel those horrible boundaries here?
Yeah.
That feeling, everything's just, it's all over the place.
Comes right in. Joey, do you have $1? I think you do, don't you? Didn't Drew give you $1? No. Drew, you were so damn cheap. You took my $1 back.
I have $1. I guarantee you to give it back to me.
I almost had $1.
You're going to put 2 down, 3 down right now.
Oh, for Christ's sake, I only got $5. Joey, do you have $1?
I left my money in the hotel.
That is such a load of crap, man.
on,
Come on,
guys.
you drank $40 worth of coffee already.
So I really,
If I lose this $5, I'm going to be pissed.
I got a plug.
All right, listen. Here's what I'm doing. I'm putting $5 down. $1 for Joey. 1 is for me, and 1 is the one I hope you choke on
There we
for
go.
guessing Joey's age. Are you sure you're 45?
I'm not sure. I'm kind of
All
joking.
right, but no, you got screwed up.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
never counting. The band was around since '74.
No,
Started in your
I'm
20s.
45.
All right, Drew, you want to put $1 in? Or is the $1 I owe you the one that's in?
Correct.
All right, but I would change if you win this fight.
Okay.
Okay. What we doing?
We're going to go Brandon.
I get so mired in the money aspect of the gambling that I forget what we're talking about. All right, so here's the situation. Brandy's 21. Brandy's lesbian. Brandy has a crush on her best friend. Brandy says she always gets crushes on her best friend. Her best friend is sort of pliable. I mean, when she's alone, she's had a few beers, she's willing to slip her the tongue.
Also,
But
poor boundaries.
not very
Gets
interested.
sucked into things she doesn't want to do.
But Brandy does?
No, the girlfriend.
The girlfriend.
And then says, I love you, and doesn't really know what she's saying when she says that. And Brandy assumes that means, sort of a erotic love.
All right, so but meanwhile, Joey, what we're trying to do is figure out what's up with Brandy's past. What kind of environment does she come from? Screwed up. All right, that's a good start. We will define screwed up when we come back and finish the gambling with Brandy.
legendary Joey Ramone.
That's me up here.
From the Ramones, which, for my money, great band. To me, the Ramones sort of, they took kind of a punk pace and attitude, but always had good harmonies and
Punk paste?
punk pace.
Punk paste. Is that like that coca paste?
No, not like P-A-S-T, was there an E at the end of that? But P-A-C. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The beat.
P-A-C.
Yeah, I didn't make this shit up.
Pace.
Right. They took that speed of the punk and the energy of the punk.
Speed of the punk.
But they kept some good harmonies, and it wasn't just all out, some banging and stuff.
We were very eclectic.
Yeah, but it was almost sort of like.
But we were very primal.
Yeah, I mean,
We had a lot of diversion.
Had a real strong energy, but it's sort of
Very complex.
No, I wouldn't say complex.
Well, you don't know the guys.
Well, no, the guys may be complex. I'm just talking about the music. The music to me was just good and simple. That's how I would.
It was, it's the simple things that are most complex.
Sheena is a punk rocker. One of my favorites.
I wrote that song.
That's why I'm kissing your butt now.
Okay.
So anyway, that would be Joey Ramone, and when we left off, we were gambling.
Well, the Ramones are a fun, exciting band.
Yeah, I would typify them as that.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Are you guys broken up now, or do you just not play anymore?
We're broken up.
Was there falling out?
We all fell out. We just had to break up.
Do you talk? Do you like
almost
guys? Do you
like
talk
a
to
fellow.
them?
No, I don't talk to them. We did our last show here at the Lollapalooza.
Right.
And we did the Palace, and we over this past year we put together a documentary that's it's the last show, the live last show with friends and guests. Soundgarden, Rancid, Eddie Vedder,
Randy Travis, I think.
yeah, and it's a documentary. Really, the first show we did at CBG.
Soundgarden, back when
it's
Soundgarden
cool.
was punk.
So it's coming out November 25th. It's going to be a box set.
Oh, okay. So we can look for that. Until then, the Lifebeat charity is reaping the benefits of the We Will Fall CD, which is the Iggy Pop tribute CD, which Joey is the first cut up. And just to finish the plug here, show at the Viper Room on Thursday night. Doors open at 9. Tickets available at the Viper Room.
That's going to be mayhem.
I'm sure it will be. And then Wednesday, 6 p.m., autographs with Joey and D-Generation.
That's
Extra Fancy. Yeah, that's tomorrow at the Tower on Sunset Strip. How does D-Generation guys doing?
They're great, man. They're great band.
Do you want to talk about what else is on this CD?
And also the 22 Jacks backing me up, and they got a great band from LA. And,
Right.
Extra Fancy's playing, and
Red Hot Chili Peppers are on the CD. Joe Jett, the Black Hearts.
Blondie's on it.
Right.
That's Adolph's dog.
Great name for a band. And
Well, Adolph's dog was named Blondie.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, that is right.
That's clever.
How did you know that?
Yeah, I've seen like those documentaries
It's a
on
strange
the.
preoccupation with Hitler.
We dated in the early
You wanted to write
30s.
Call your first book My Plan.
I wanted to call our book Our Plan. All right.
Monster Magnet's on there.
I just happen to know that I saw some documentary on him in the Crow's Nest or whatever, that retreat he had up in the Alps, and footage of him and his dog and Eva Braun running around. All right, anyway, back to the gambling.
Daniel Ray's on there.
All right, no more talking about that.
We can make
It's a good cause. I hope
It's a
people
good
buy
cause
it.
and it's a great record.
Brandy is 21. Brandy's a lesbian. Brandy loves her girlfriend. Her girlfriend doesn't really love her or her best friend, and we think something's up with Brandy. So,
Joey's established that she's screwed up.
all right.
I would say she's screwed up. She's confused.
All right, but let's talk about her childhood, Joey.
Let's go back.
Let's turn the pages of the calendar back, Joey.
Let's turn.
What kind of environment did she grow up in? Where's her dad? Where's her mom? What's going on?
How do they treat her?
I'd say it's a broken home situation.
Okay.
And that's it.
she didn't get the puppy back when she...
All right, so they got divorced early. Mom and Dad did.
Yeah.
How old? About how old?
How old? 9?
All right. Okay. Early divorced and no puppy. Drew?
Puppy. The Dalmatian never showed.
I will.
Dad said he'd bring the Dalmatian.
And he never showed.
He never showed. He never came home.
I am going with. I always think I can jar myself into a good answer if I started that way. And Drew, you go because oh, would you go, you bastard, please?
I'm gonna go with some kind of really abusive history. Both parents addicts, she lived in foster.
No love.
She was maybe sexual abuse.
Sexual abuse.
Yeah.
All right.
Really bad.
I'll go with Dad's an alcohol.
Dad's an alcoholic.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
No.
Sorry.
Mom, what about Mom?
No boozing. Look, you didn't name her Brandy for nothing. Brandy?
Yeah.
You're 21. What's the history like?
Well, I met my dad when I was 17, and I never seen him after that. My mom is a recovering drug addict. She's been clean for 10 months.
Let's go back though to before 17. You never knew your dad?
No, I never knew my father.
Mom was an addict. Did other addicts hang around the house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And was some of them abuse you in some way?
Well, my stepdad, when I was younger, he used to beat me up, and he put me in the hospital twice.
Oh boy.
And the second time they took me away from him. But yeah, there's a lot of sexual abuse in my
Drew's making change. Bastard.
What
was your answer, Drew?
Addict parents, severe sexual abuse.
Give me another dollar. Well, then give me the 5 back.
No, I'll
It's not even really fair for them to play. Like, he's not a
I'll
one.
Until I get some change.
God's my witness. I better see that dollar.
This
All right.
is step.
What about my money?
No.
The dad,
You lost.
oh, I didn't lose.
Hey, parents divorced. They didn't even get divorced. You didn't even know.
No, it's a broken home, not divorce.
No, he said, did you,
It's a broken home.
did you have a dad? Did you have a dog, Brandy?
one, yeah.
You did have a dog?
Yeah.
All right, screw you, Joey.
What kind of a dog?
You can't have a broken home if you have a dog. I think it's the implication.
But Granny, being raised in that kind of environment is what creates these kinds of chaotic, boundaryless relationships where you really don't know where you end, where she begins. You really are in a mess here. You don't really have any sense of what her needs are, what her desires are in the relationship.
Yeah, and
she's got sucked in. She has bad boundaries too, and she's sucked into this thing and is now involved more than she wants to be and is trying to get out. I mean, she loves you, she thinks, and she loves you like a friend, and she doesn't really know what that means because she's confused too. But she probably has a similar background to yours, right?
No, she was adopted, but she don't really know her parents.
Alright.
She don't know her parents.
Alright. How old was she when she was adopted?
She was when she was a baby.
Okay. And was she
But
really?
her adopted mother was like this wicked, like stepmother.
All right.
So she had a tough upbringing too.
All right, so Brandy, here's the nutshell of what's going on in your life. You had a horrible upbringing, and now your antenna's a little bit bent, and you don't understand certain things, like when someone's really not interested, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and it kind of hurts.
I understand. But here's what you need to do. You need to not sort of act out for a little bit. You need to sort of clear up a little the past, take care of a few emotional difficulties, and then you can go on and straighten your antenna out a little bit, and then you can go on and have good relationships. Until then, it's going to be frustrating. What? Well, what do you want her to do? Shock therapy?
She's had a pretty rough go.
All right, you need some serious therapy. Is that what you're saying?
You had shock therapy?
Yeah, I did.
Like $1 for that.
Well, no, because I was treated for manic depression when I was like 14.
Okay.
And
look, are you still in treatment or on medication?
I'm supposed to be, but I
Get on the meds. It'll help you sort of clear up your thinking a little bit. The best advice I think we can give you is to lay low, don't be impulsive, and to try to deal with reality on reality's terms. If she tells you she's not into it, she's not into it. But even though she can't be totally honest with you, it has to couch it in terms of I love you and this. She's not in.
There you got you. Jen.
Yes.
You're 21. What's going on?
Well, a friend of relationship lasted about 3 months, and we are both mutual friends with her pastor's wife. Problem was,
You're both mutual friends with her pastor's...
with our pastor's wife.
With our pastor's wife.
Right. Come to find out,
Okay.
they had been sleeping together.
Alright, so you're sleeping with a young man,
Mm-hmm.
and he's getting on with the pastor's wife.
Right.
Okay.
Why are you still with this guy?
I'm not. I haven't done that.
Okay, so what do you want to know?
So what I want to know is he keeps kind of like filling me in on his...
Why do you have a relationship with him?
I've been trying not to.
Well, I understand that.
He keeps coming back to me.
And holding you down and giving you information in your ear?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Physically restraining you.
No, not physically.
Okay. So that
Using his powers of telepathy to render you...
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft? Is he using witchcraft, Jen?
No.
Right, Jen. Do you want to be around the guy or not?
No.
Then why are you around him?
It's kind of hard to tell what he's for it.
Are you kidding? I don't even see my neighbors.
We go to school together. That's the problem.
Kill myself. I had to go to school with my neighbors.
No, they kill
Alright, how big's the school? How many students?
About 5,500.
Okay, that's enough. For Christ's sake, I work in a place with 15 people. I don't see half of them. Come on. Come on, Jen.
Get rid of the guy.
Who cares?
He's
Getting on, what do you care? He's getting on with the
he's flaunting this material at you.
Why?
He knows it disturbed you. Who knows what's even reality? It's a despicable guy. Get away from him. That's it.
The other problem is when I come into contact with her, I'm not quite sure
None of your business.
how she reacts.
Well, it's none of your business, Jen.
Okay.
Don't react at all. He's get up from
How about making up a big, since she's a religious woman, how about making up like a big scarlet letter out of like foam core and shoestring and just hand it to her and try to put it around her neck?
Sounds like a good idea.
Alright, then stay away from that church.
Alright.
Stay away from all churches.
Alright.
Listen, you know how they have homeschooling?
home churching now.
Home churching.
Everybody's parents be
Stay home and pray.
yeah.
You pass a little basket around your living room, and you can actually have the TV on.
Hallelujah! Which parent will be anointed?
The chosen one?
Yeah. Who will be the clergy in the house?
Drew, I haven't thought everything out. I know the baptisms take place in the tub.
Do you want to be the moral?
I'd like to be the moil for the Jewish religions perform the circumcisions. I can tell you that the wafer, the body of Christ, would either be a cheese nip or a wheat thin.
I think it'd be a wheat thin.
You go with the wheat thin?
Yes.
Yeah, looks more like a wafer.
That's in Joey's house, though. You're going to be the clergy, you'll select it.
Yeah, I think the little wiggle around the Ritz.
How about the Nilla wafers?
Oh, Nilla wafers. Now there's the body of Christ.
That's ridiculous.
Listen, I haven't tasted Christ in a long time, but I gotta believe the Nilla wafer would be the closest. Hey, you put Michael Jordan on the box of Wheaties. Why can't you put Christ on the Nilla wafers? If any of the folks from Nabisco are listening right now, let in on this action. Joey and I are splitting the money up.
A religious right and all that, I need to be,
Yeah. All right. When we come back, Joey and I are going to work out the whole home churching thing.
I think there's a big payoff here.
Oh yeah, well, we're set for life.
Yes, we will.
The phone number for Loveline, 1-800-191. Call now, all you sick kids. Loveline will be right back.
This is how news agencies are going to end up completely, nosing or relying on information. You're not going to believe anything that comes out.
You can only cry El Nino so many times before you become the just cry El Nino. Joey Ramone is here, Dr. Drew is here, I'm here, and we will be back in 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on radio station.
The name of the show is Loveline. I'm Adam Grohl, Dr. Drew. Joey Ramone is here.
Christ, those are good crackers.
Joey Ramone's, and when we last left off, we were working on our home churching. It is my answer to homeschooling. Eventually, you never have to leave the house. You can work from your house via the computer and a fax machine. You got a telephone there. You do the homeschooling there. You get the surround sound system worked out. Get movies delivered to the house, and with the home churching, I think that's fine. We've worked out the basket would just go in a circle around the living room. The tub would be used when
Home is one of the hardest.
where people this close to shut that mic off, Joe. We'd throw people the tub for the baptism, and then the Nilla wafer would become the official body of Christ. And I think if you stamped Jesus' head right into the Nilla wafer, I think you really got something there. I don't know why all this stuff is always blasphemy. This is good press.
We need to stamp it in. If you just make one of those color,
It's the 90s, man. You can do anything.
Yeah, I mean, anything goes. I know, and now that the Ramones have sort of been phased out, how about opening a new chapter of Joey Ramone's life, the entrepreneurial chapter, where we going together on this Nilla wafer?
I'm in.
All right, good. You have some capital?
Yeah, I got $1.
Drew, you made change for me?
There you go.
Joey's got some change in case there's some gambling. Coming up, and Joey's here because, he's got a few things going on, but they're all connected to this Iggy Pop tribute.
I got a few things that aren't connected to that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, tonight you're here to talk
This
about
is what brought me here. El Nino and Iggy Pop.
We Will Fall is the name of the tribute CD. It has Chili Peppers and Joan Jett and Joey Ramone and many other notables on it, and the proceeds...
Adolph's dog.
Right, Lucky. I mean, Blondie. The that was his cat's name. The proceeds are going to Lifebeat, which is an organization that helps educate about, what's that, AIDS?
Yeah.
Can't we funnel some of that money into prostate cancer, Drew?
Talk to Lefty.
How many people have AIDS as opposed to, how many people die of AIDS each year, Drew?
I don't know the number on that. I mean, it's
a hell of a lot less than
staggering. Hell of a lot less
prostate
than
cancer. How much money spent on AIDS?
A hell of a lot more.
Okay, that's enough then. Let's just allocate it to something else. I've had enough of this. I wanted to go. I want whatever the biggest killer of humans are. I'd like the most money going there, and then all the way down the line to wherever you are on the list. If you're 18th on the list, you get 18th.
Endless, pointless virology.
Yeah, I'll go for that too. All right, so we're going to hear something off of the Iggy Pop tribute album, We Will Fall. This is Joey's cut, coincidentally, and this one is called 1969. Iggy Pop tribute album called, what the hell was it? Smells like supermarket aftershave on the microphone. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LFE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. Not a bra, Zach Drew, Dr. Drew's more isn't it special? Tonight, our guest is Melissa Joan Hart from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and Clarissa Explains It All, which is where Drew first fell in love with Melissa.
My kids watch it all the time.
Right. And it's one of these things where Drew is such a devoted father that whatever his kids are into, he gets into too.
That's great.
Sometimes it crosses the line into a sexual way, but like in the case of Thomas the Tank Engine, I believe.
That's a religious experience. What are you talking about?
And
my whole worth is invested in Thomas products.
Mike, now tell me if I mispronounce your last name, Mike. Damas. Damas. Damas.
Yes.
Damas?
Yes.
All right, that'll be the last time I say it right. I'm going to put a line over the A. Now, Mike is from Teen Angel, which will follow, or which does follow, I should say, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, part of the action-packed ABC Friday night. And I want you to know that I do watch the shows. I saw the one, actually, when I was in my hotel room when we were in wherever, doing the radio thing a month and a half ago. San
Francisco?
No.
Jose?
Yeah, well, how many Sands have we been in? Where were we a month and a half ago?
Pittsburgh, a month ago.
Doing the radio thing.
Chicago.
San Chicago. You gotta remember that as the name of a fictional city. That's a really good one.
It was like 10 minutes of silence before you said it. Anyway,
How about these two? Are you getting these two? They crack me up. Every day I'm shuffling.
Over the radio station we're on KOME, right? Okay. Anyway, I saw the episode where the well, let's see, what band did you have on there? Violent Femmes. Yes.
10,000 years.
Oh really? I saw the Violent Femmes episode.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that was good. Man, I like the cat, and I like that kind of carefree program. Got a bunch of people being wheeled around on gurneys. Not a lot of tough talk from a mixed batch of tough New York cops, but just happy people.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Teen Angel.
I watched it on
It hasn't been on as long, has it?
No. I had the PC video game.
Right now, where is
Yeah, it's Melissa Joan Hart. It's Clarissa. You know?
I never watched Clarissa Expense.
Yeah, we have. I'm not allowed to say
She's
anything.
a very successful actress.
I can't say anything, doesn't that suck?
Well, how big could it be?
It's actually called
Seriously.
for it.
No, I remember Clarissa. She was cool.
Sitcom, it's a big news stuff.
Guys, we got some kind of syndication deal already?
Melissa Joan Hart's about my age, probably. Maybe
Yeah.
a little
You're
younger.
set for life. If you can just
Maybe a
squeeze
little
out
older, I can't
another
remember.
2 or 3 seasons,
Yeah.
you're set. That's it. It's just, it's no matter how drunk you get, just as long as you can make it to the mailbox
Yeah.
every morning, you'll be fine. All right.
Every single
See,
morning.
Ann
Yes,
wrote this
Corolla, that's how it
magazine
works.
for me,
You have to pick up your
18th,
residual check
weekly.
every day.
I guess it's the weekly Jennifer Love
You'll
Hewitt
know
Sport
soon enough when the
part of
man
letter
show
that-
money starts
now
to roll
I've
in.
decided she'll be my next stocking picker.
I really need to go to Sabrina's
She's on
mom.
Salzburg, remember?
That's right. That's where
We didn't seem to notice that.
I know, but I've grown. She's been on the radio show too. Since I've been here, Ann? She's not been here while I was here, was she? She makes quite an impression, this Jennifer Love Hewitt. No, she's quite a doll, and she's
Be nice.
no, she's 18.
Are you gonna be okay in there?
That was my first old lady crush.
Anyway,
Rebecca's
Melissa
having
and
quite
Mike,
the
both,
Sabrina the
made
Teenage
Teen Beat
nostalgia
section here,
flashback.
along with Brandy, Nev Campbell, Scott Wolf, who's 29.
Wow.
Oh, wait, what do you
could be on that.
Do you have to take hormones or something to stay in there? When do they throw you off the Teen Beat
I haven't
list?
seen this.
You haven't seen
No,
this?
I haven't
Oh,
seen this.
please.
I did the interview like last week.
Oh, you have it framed over your bed. What are you
I
talking
really
about?
haven't. I wish I did.
Here you are, and you came in like number 6 or
That's my
7.
age, she
Mike
says.
came in 35th. No, Mike is just two spaces underneath you, and talks about who your Brat Pack equivalent would be. For Melissa, it would be Ali Sheedy,
Yes.
John Cryer, and Emilio Estevez.
That's mine?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Hey, I know John Cryer. He's cool.
Well, how does that work? All right, anyway, for Mike, it's Macchio.
As Dr. Drew makes his buzzer go off so he can
Rob
stop
Lowe and
listening.
John Cryer. How come you got two dudes on? Melissa, how come you got two guys in your
We both
equipment?
have John Cryer though?
Yeah, both got John Cryer.
Something in common.
But Mike's got all guys, and you got two guys in a girl. Shouldn't you have all girls in your Black Pack equipment? I don't know, because they're comparing you to someone in the Black Pack.
Doesn't mean that everyone.
You don't know what the announcement is.
Drew, look at that and tell me if it doesn't look good to you.
What the hell you're pulling off this page?
Anyway, Mike, your folks are doctors, are they not?
Yes.
Both of them?
Yes. My father's a heart surgeon and my mom's an epidemiologist.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, where are they?
They're in New York. Yeah, I grew up on slides of sexually transmitted diseases.
Oh, yeah.
Papillomavirus.
Epidemiology.
Yeah.
That's the name of the game.
Yes, Mike.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
Never touch anyone.
Right.
Yeah. You had sex at 12, though, because you saw this. You didn't rebel. I'll tell you.
Sit in the corner of my room and shake.
Here's what's in the average dust stack, or here's what we scraped off the average toilet seat at a airport or something. I always freak out when I see that stuff, and then I realize, forget it. We're just inhaling and exhaling mites and pollens and spores.
Actually, I heard that
Don't
women's
think about
public
it.
restrooms are have more germs than male public restrooms.
Oh, really?
Well,
I think you always
women
think
have
male
more variety,
have variety.
usually of flora.
In.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't say
Flora
that,
rather
just,
to
you know,
begin with.
weird thing.
Why is that,
I
Drew?
think we all have
Depends on
more
the bacteria
variety
that's
of
on there.
germs.
Yeah. It's probably Pseudomonas, which are just things that grow on moist surfaces.
Then you women have to sit down, which is really, a guy. I mean, I'll tell you, Mike, I don't know if you're old enough or not to get into this, but guys, like if you go to a concert or something, if you hit the bathroom before the concert starts, it's fairly pristine. But especially one of these big festival type concerts where there's 85 bands and it's over takes place over 3 days, and they always do these festivals right in the dead of summer. And it's 115 degrees inside the place. But anyway, by the time the last band goes on, if you make it to the head then, it is disgusting. And guys are drunk too. And when guys get drunk, they pee on stuff.
Yeah,
They don't
it's
pee
so
into stuff, they pee onto stuff. I don't know what that is. What is that impulse, Drew? When guys get drunk, the first thing they do is start urinating willy-nilly. Off balconies. Guys get tickets all the time and busted all the time peeing on the side of the road.
I think it's probably some residual that primitive impulse to Mark.
Mark, but your territory is showing
It's just how pathetic people's behavior become when they're intoxicated. Yeah.
right. But if you're gonna pee on something you want to claim, not like old nacho container that's lying in stall number 4. All right, but anyway. All right, so we'll talk more about the shows as the night wears on, and we'll take some questions from teen idols. Andy?
Yeah.
You're 17.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to tell you guys I've been listening since I was like in the 5th grade. I just love you guys. And I have a problem too. Okay. My girlfriend and I broke up like 3 days ago, and I'm really nervous. And we broke up 3 days ago, and then she wants to like get back together with me, and.
I was going to say to calm his nerves, pretend everyone listening is in their underwear. And then I thought about it. Well, most of our listeners are in their underwear.
Yeah, that's pretty late.
Underwear's around the ankles. Yeah, it's true.
Echo.
Andy, so she broke up with you?
Work bulb off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 2 years ago, my friend told me that she saw her kissing another guy, and now she like wants to get back together with me.
So the new relationship didn't work out. She went back.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So what are you going to do?
I don't know. I kind of want to get back together with her, but I don't know if I should or not.
How good a friend is this who told you he saw this?
She's a pretty good friend, but
Female?
she could be lying.
Maybe she's interested too in him.
These women, when they're not messing up the bathroom, they're out spreading rumors.
But maybe she's interested in him too. Trying to sabotage things further.
Yeah, I don't trust people when they give information on other people about relationships. It always seems like people that want nothing to do with that person stay out of it because it's nothing but trouble. And I always wonder if there's a little bit of an agenda when somebody starts spreading rumors or saying, here's what they said about you, or I saw your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend doing this or that.
That or they're trying to
Well, it could be.
But you already know that he knows, that person knows he's broken up. Why would this girl want him to be in pain worse than he already is? I mean,
Has she been attracted to you?
Andy?
Yeah.
this friend, has she ever made it known that she's attracted to you?
No, I don't think she would be. She's just
Andy, hey, how old are you, 17?
Yeah.
Let's go now. Come on now, you're 17, for Christ's sake, pull it together.
Yeah, and I spoke like this
It's like
again one
talking to
day.
effing Bob Dylan or something from some
right, Andy,
You're
here's the deal.
17, Andy. If you can't muster a little energy at 17,
I'm
that's it.
wrapping
How
up this
long
thing.
have you been out
I'd
with
like
your
to
girlfriend?
schedule it right afterwards. Is that
Do you want to
alright?
keep going out with her?
Pretty soon, yeah.
You're 17.
But I'm in the middle of something, unfortunately.
17,
No
she
worries.
left you
I'll let
with
you know
her.
when it's done.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, Andy?
All right.
All right, thanks. All right. It's like smoking Quaaludes or something.
Smoking Quaaludes.
You're 18.
Yeah, well, the place they don't
Don't
your
do that. I don't know what that will do, but don't do it.
Now, what is that? You
Yeah.
hearing that,
Woo.
Drew?
This is phone.
A cordless phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get near the mic.
Just
It's
say-
one of those
Uh-huh.
old, ancient,
They'll pay dearly for that.
low
Train our
frequency.
listeners.
I had those.
Hey, can you give me a gig on Teen Angel or
Where
something?
you hit the
Teen
button
Angel,
on the
which,
phone charger,
explains
and it
farming or
beeps.
Sound of the warlock.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And if you leave the
Oh,
phone
he's
off the
shrinking,
charger,
put that file,
people
don't be
think
done with
that
it,
you're
great.
screwed.
We had Johnny Mattson.
Sure. You guys get all these big name musical acts.
Dude, you know, we had monkeys.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, last year.
He wears the same outfit in every episode. I think that's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your
but
powers come from hell.
Ooh, hey now.
that jacket is going to be in the Smithsonian one day right next to Fonzie's jacket. Not his first one either, but the second leather one he had. Simone,
Yeah.
you're 16. What's going on?
I don't know. I guess I have a lot of questions. I don't know. I always thought of myself as being kind of like a good kid, you know? But, you know, they think,
36
you know,
total.
and
Sabrina the Teenage Witch is on here tonight. Mike Damus is also here from Teen Angel. They're run at 8 and 8:30 on ABC Friday nights. And that is my that is my wheelhouse of viewing. I love to sit home on a Friday night and just stew in my own juices in front of the TV set.
Okay, don't say that.
I really do.
I understand.
And then I watch 2020 later on.
Now that you watch, you're stewing your juices watching television.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whenever that screen was lit, it was...
No, that's the stewing, that's the marination process. The actual basting begins later on, but usually about 12, 1 o'clock. Until then, I'm a perfect gentleman. At that point, I'm usually eating or carving up, preparing for the night's activities.
Flow loaded.
Yeah, reload. Lots of electrolytes. Got the Gatorade IV going. Want to be my best. All right, so Melissa and Mike both are, there's this whole renaissance of the whole teen beat thing going on. A lot of young, hot actors coming around, and movies. Right, movies like Scream and I Know What You Did last weekend or something. I Know What You Did last summer, right? And what other movies?
There's one being made right now called The Party, which is like about a bunch of kids on their graduation day at a party and just what happens. And it's very funny.
That's sort of, Brat Pack, John Hughes stuff, but it's having a renaissance.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like to see young, unblemished, good-looking people flirting.
Don't you like the two crayons or?
I like the mincing. You're right. No, you're right. Aaron Spellings has that market corner. Aaron is a genius. Let's get a bunch of good-looking people together and we'll have them frolic on the beach. Yeah, I like to watch them frolic and mince as well. I don't even have the sound up. It's just a bunch of people enjoying themselves. Good-looking, unblemished young people. All right, so what the hell are we talking about, Drew? What do you want, Drew? Want coffee?
Yeah.
Could I have some too if you're going? All right, so we'll get back to the phone. So we leave off anywhere, Drew? No. Okay. Scott?
Yeah, sorry about the cordless phone.
Oh, that was you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys are awesome, and I just wanted to say more. I love you as Sabrina.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was great. But I have a question about...
There's a Sabrina doll, by the way.
Yes,
I know you know that, but
I just signed one outside, actually.
yeah, out in the
Like a
parking
thing.
lot.
Yes.
Yeah, the pants were down, and I felt a little weird looking at it.
I know.
Because it's supposed to be you, and I guess, in respect, I feel right about that. And you getting any of that money? You get any of that doll money?
Not
You
yet.
gotta get a little, though.
Yeah, maybe someday.
I mean, theoretically.
So, hopefully it'll be like the Elmo doll last year at Christmas. I'm hoping.
Imagine, the real Elmo must be so rich by now, Drew. Could you imagine?
There may be an Elmo movie.
I don't care how ugly this guy is, you know he's getting some trim with that kind of money. Hey, Drew, I know we're ignoring Scott completely, but it just reminded me of something in Melissa's bio. She was the 95-96 spokesperson for the CDC.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hepatitis B.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me how many people take advantage of it. We don't talk about that enough, in fact. Hepatitis B is a very common disease. It is a sexually transmitted disease.
That's also,
It is worldwide.
I think it's like 100 times more contagious than HIV.
Many hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Probably tens of thousands.
Well, hold on, Drew. Who's the spokesman here?
Yeah.
Please.
No, I haven't done it in a while though. I'm not really up on my facts these days.
I didn't see any of that.
I went and visited schools.
I had my kids immunized the first 3 months of life. Right away.
Really?
I took it.
No one really knows how serious it is. I mean, it's.
Well, hepatitis C is finally coming.
Yeah, but
And
that's around
it's a serious and common sexually transmitted disease. Now, hepatitis B worldwide is, I think, believed to cause cirrhosis, if I remember right. And there's no reason for it because it's completely preventable.
Drew, can you bring in?
If I can deliver, that's all.
It does affect
Like this?
Say yes. Whatever the doctor says.
Did you do commercials?
Yes, I did commercials. I did have not the commercials. Sorry, public service announcements.
And did you have a hepatitis, like a male counterpart, like a...
No, it was just me. And I went around to a couple schools and told kids, it was actually really nerve-wracking for me because I don't give speeches, and I had to kind of memorize these speeches and go and get them at schools and try to get the kids to like me and give them information and this and that. And I learned that just sharing a toothbrush, which some kids do at summer parties, if you forget yours or something.
Right.
You can get it from that, you can get tattoos, body piercings.
Right. Can't get HIV that way. Probably injected that blood into somebody, they would almost never get HIV. That's how dilute the virus is. If you dilute it a couple more times, it's very hard to contract it from that fluid. Now, if you took a drop of blood with somebody with hepatitis B and put it in a swimming pool, and then drew some of that blood out, injected it, you get hepatitis B every time.
But so our experiments are going on.
Well, it's just an interesting way to
Oh, I
look
see.
at it.
I understand. Scott,
Yeah,
you're 18.
yeah, okay. Well, I'm a freshman in college, and so I have a roommate. And I have a lot of problems with my roommate. We get along as friends and stuff, but he's got a lot of problems, like, sort of invading my boundaries, I guess. He and his friends drink here a lot on the weekends, and sometimes he drinks a lot, like, on weekdays, like Wednesdays and Mondays and stuff, and if you go out, especially when I leave, it's going to keep him even more than on the floor in the garbage can. He urinates in the sink, and, well, that's a tangent question.
Who doesn't?
Is there anything wrong with that?
Who doesn't sense
Yeah,
what
I hear
was
you defend that.
And on tangent,
Is it like you just have a sink in the room and no commode?
Or
Or
a sink and a mirror, just to brush our teeth.
so they don't have a toilet?
No, they have a toilet.
Do you have a toilet?
No, that's down the hall with our shower.
See?
Oh, really? Oh,
You don't
okay.
have college yet. I'll give you a break.
Because I would, no, I didn't. I would pee in a sink if there were 3 toilets in the bathroom.
Well, we were arguing about this. Is that sanitary?
Yes. Never been hurt by it.
Is that sanitary to urinate in the sink? That's kind of disgusting.
Disgusting.
I would agree.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. I do draw the line at number 2. Unless you have the disposal running, in which case.
Listening to that, continue to do that thing. But the fourth thing.
You know what? It's really tough. This is your first year of college, and you're thrown together with people you don't know or would choose to live with necessarily. I remember. I tell you, this was a person. I remember when I was in college, my people around me did tons of drugs. I mean, tons of drugs. And it was uncomfortable. I didn't like it. And when people do that kind of stuff around you, you don't want to be. And of course, they always want to drag you into that stuff.
Yeah.
It's very uncomfortable.
That's your story.
No, that's true.
Well, thanks for opening up. Deal. Some guy did drugs and you're doing.
No, but it's hard to just.
It's hard to say no.
It's just hard to be around all that and still participate and be friendly.
Yeah, I didn't go to college, but I lived in
No
one
way.
bedroom in North Hollywood with 3 guys, and these guys were the biggest partiers in North Hollywood, and there was a lot of vomiting, a lot of bong toppling.
Yeah.
For some reason,
What?
a lot of bongs falling
Spillage.
over, bong spillage. I don't know. I'd like to give a quick message to the people that manufacture bongs. Stop making them 8 stories high and 3/4 of an inch wide. Because
One of the most heartbreaking things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Fly across the room. We had this bong that looked
Like
like,
a 4
it was
foot
like a
glass
yard.
bong break.
It was like a yard high, and it was about as thick as a broomstick, and it had like a quarter stuck on the bottom holding it up. You'd have to bounce it like one of those Chinese acrobats and walk away from it slowly. Inevitably, the thing would go flying up the
Another
coffee
golden
table,
horse.
and we absolutely destroyed the place. But there were like fights breaking out in the lawn, and they used to call me Grandpa because I'd come out in my bathrobe about 2 a.m. on a Tuesday night and start yelling at everyone and throwing people out of the apartment. So Scott,
Yeah, and
it's a rite of passage.
one last thing I'd like to ask you about is, he's kind of like an oversex guy. He hops out, he doesn't have a girlfriend, he's like missing one. He acts like, when he gets drunk, especially like upstairs, and he kisses us on the forehead, and he'll jump on you, and to sort of like, not sort of hump you, I guess.
It's like a Labrador. Is this a guy or is this a lab?
Chairs and beanbags, just to be funny. I don't know if it's just to be funny, but it's very well people standing, he doesn't stop.
He took some ecstasy.
And I don't know, that's all.
Sounds like you're in college. Where you going to school, Scott?
Yale University.
I didn't know they had that. I never heard of that school.
It's a pretty small Jesuit school, about 4,000 kids.
Well, keep an eye on the substance use. This may be the beginning of some trouble.
Man, I put in for a transfer.
Yeah.
Being in the sink, he's dry humping you.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
soul kissing your forehead.
Yeah. Time to go.
I mean, there's nothing you can say to people that do this, or?
Stop.
Stop it.
It sounds like a lot of it is, if not all of it, is around the use of substances. And if he is really into that, then he's not going to stop that. And he can't contain his use when he's using it. Sounds
So
like
there's something that reference people like this, or what?
Can you kick his ass?
Well, yeah, we wrestle a lot.
Alright, you gotta kick his ass. And let me give you the code word. Here's what I used to say to my friends when they were all effed up and they were trying to pull my pants down and wrestle me down on the floor and all this. You give them this line, but you got to deliver it just like this. But you have to put a whooping on him first, one time, and then you save this line. Don't use it too liberally. Are you ready, Scott?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Don't make me freak on you, man.
Okay, I'll use that.
Yes, don't make me freak on your back.
Whenever I deliver the "don't make me freak on you, man," they sort of backed off a little bit. Yeah, it worked.
Well, that's because you're a gigantic manual laborer. How bad did you hurt them when you were kicking their asses?
I'm sure some people would not be open to the idea that he's got problems.
Swing a fucking hammer.
Just tell me what you don't like. I mean,
This is
Adam's right. It's going to take like physical restraint.
guys like this don't know any boundaries, especially when they're
You
little.
have, he's right, you have to be able to
The culture around them says
A little bit. Not like a massive amount. You don't have to really hurt anybody.
Yeah, he's got to just put in for a transfer and some sort of like I don't know, Wuss dorm or something where people are quiet, or is there like an Asian dorm or something?
Oh.
Something people to themselves and put in for it.
And you should watch out with that.
She has a work removed and I was like, what?
I just love it when you sell the next call.
And she hasn't enjoyed sex with her boyfriend since.
All right, well that's better.
Meanwhile, as the faceless evil closes in on the hapless, sleeping populace across town in a shanty one-bedroom, an old woman feeds her parakeet.
Chirpy has some cheese. You love cheese. Since when are you afraid of cheese?
Loveline will be right back.
Loveline is on 117 FNX.
Now back to Loveline on 117 FNX.
Hello, this is Rod Stewart, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. George. Just keep listening, you're going to hear everything you want to hear and all the answers to.
The SU is phone number 1-800-LOVE-191, fax number 310-851. Melissa Joan Hart and Mike
He
Davis.
really takes his job
He is
seriously.
the teenage elf. And Melissa is Sabrina, the teenage witch.
I want to finish this conversation with him. I've never seen them not switch to something. They may switch to compulsive exercising for a while,
Uh-huh.
and then another substance will kick in.
really?
That's actually the best kind of
But you
situation.
can't just stop having like a marijuana addiction.
Yeah, you can, just like with every addiction.
True, 14
They
years
may
of
switch to compulsive exercising for a while. Is that really what he said?
Yeah, yes, you can stop any addiction. You can
That's
stop
funny
it
shit.
until it gets conditioned.
I need to go work
or worsens
out.
and get conditioned so intensely that you no longer can. And then it's truly a disease that's outside of any local
But
control.
without, so without.
What I need to do is I need to go walking.
There will be progression.
What'd you say, my darling?
Are you hoping in on the
Cross
schedule time?
addictions and things that they switch over.
Yes, in fact. I'm sorry, I just got lost.
How come?
No worries.
I'm just thinking about this. Whenever you get effed up on anything,
Yeah.
booze, coke,
When one does, yes.
pot, whatever it is, NyQuil,
Yeah.
you immediately want to do something that either harms yourself or harms someone else. I mean,
Well,
not
true.
necessarily in a vindictive way, but you want to eat a
No.
bunch of crap,
Well,
you want to have unprotected sex, you want to drive real fast, almost everything that you want to do. Drew's been kicking that Mike's ass for the 2 years I've been here. Well, you know what I'm talking about? I know it sounds like a stupid question. I realize if I get stoned, everything I do is bad for me.
Primitive impulses, things that you were taught to contain, come to the surface. You can't contain them. Aggression.
You get drunk, you get in a fight.
Hey folks, we're the Midnight Gamers. We're playing at midnight.
Drunk too fast is a.
When you get drunk, it sounds like a really cool idea to go out to town with triple chili,
Denny's
wrapped in
influences.
bacon at 4 in the morning. I mean, just every impulse you have. You don't have like a tofu impulse when you're drunk. Hey, let's go out to some, let's eat some sprouts. Come on. Yeah, all right. Get your ass kicked. We bring that up.
You're really talking about marijuana. That's the one.
No, booze. There's been many a late night Tommy's run or burger run. Tommy's is
Tommy Burger?
there's only
Is that
750 of them.
West Coast thing?
Yeah, I guess
That's a gray horse.
It's the wrong way around. Whitney.
Hi.
Hey, you're 19.
Yeah, 19. First of all, I had to tell you, Adam, that I do have tofu impulses after smoking pot.
Really?
I'm a vegan, so.
Alright, so I'm gonna take this tofu.
I love this.
I'm gonna put Peter Pan peanut butter on it and Bosco syrup and then
What is it though with
Jimmy's and
marijuana addicts?
morsels.
One of the most significantly deleterious drugs that people get into, really marijuana does it. It has all kinds of medical stuff associated with it. Have to be health food nuts. And they be concerned about their health, so concerned about it. And yet this one area they reserve for self-destruction.
I think it's because
I wouldn't say I'm a health food nut.
Well,
people, I think of marijuana as an all-natural herbal,
That's so bizarre. It's
yeah,
bizarre.
it's healthy, it's okay, because it comes from the earth, you know?
right. And you know, vegans like to get it
There are-
too, you know.
there are-
You gotta be stoned when you're vegan, it's all you got.
There are hallucinogenic plants here.
Wearing canvas shoes and eating tofu.
Well, I was talking to pharmacologists, we were talking about hallucinogenic plants that grow in the floors of the rainforests in South America that you can get one hit on and you have these incredible, wild hallucinogenic experiences and die.
Well, see, the
That's
anti
natural.
part, that's the
natural.
deal breaker for me.
Not
Whitney,
Yeah.
so you're vegan,
Yeah, I am
and
vegan.
that means no animal products, right?
Yeah, whatsoever.
No leather,
No leather. No.
no dairy.
No dairy, definitely not.
Now, what about all that stuff that has sort of animal byproduct stuff like gelatin?
No, I can't eat that.
So, what do you eat?
Just basically a lot of soy products and a lot of vegetables.
What if the soy and the vegetables was fertilized with cow manure? Would that disqualify?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Wait, cow manure?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of the philosophy that I've got to do what I can, so.
Did you start this or did your parents, like?
No, this is, I've been vegetarian for 2 years and vegan for 5 months now. So, it's just my own thing.
Okay.
Kind of an animal.
Are you gassy?
What's your question?
Yeah, that's true.
What's your question?
My question is about 9 months ago, I had an abnormal pap smear which showed up with HPV. And they did some biopsies and stuff, and I had some precancerous cells in my cervix. So I had it removed with laser surgery. And everything seemed to be okay, except for that ever since that surgery 9 months ago, I haven't been able to like enjoy any kind of intimacy with my boyfriend.
Is it painful?
It's not painful, it's just a general disinterest
Are you-
in anything to do with
Do
it.
you blame him for the problem?
Well, she's sworn off meat, Drew. Come on.
Well,
There's a little vegan humor there, ladies and gentlemen. Mike, where are you with the drum kit, please? Oh, come on, that was funny enough. When they're not funny is when you got to do the drum set, please. Thank you.
no, I don't blame him. I did, I'm contracted for him, but
Okay.
I don't blame him. So,
What do you mean, okay?
well, I mean, I did get it from him, but it's not really, I don't think the inability to enjoy intimacy.
Did he know he had it?
Did he know he had it? No, actually, I made him get a general, like, STD test
Yeah.
before we slept together.
Right.
And everything came up okay, but from what my doctor told me, it's pretty much like
That's not.
possible to test for
Yeah.
HPV.
Well, there is one thing they can do. They can pour acetic acid over the man's genitalia and look at it under sort of a black light, the pre-war lesions.
And I'll tell you the reason why most guys don't. Hold on, quiet down. The reason most guys don't go for that is it's like for an extra $85.50 we can dump acid on your nuts. No, just hold off on that, Doc. Now, what's it do? Do you have to shut the lights off when you do that?
What?
Do you have to hold a light up to it?
Yeah,
maybe?
special light, UV light.
See,
Yeah, I don't know
that's
the whole
if
thing
you're a
about-
stone, that's something you could really get off on.
When guys go to the doctor for a physical, don't they have to do like a coughing test?
Yeah.
That out. They don't
That's just checking for her
See,
hand.
I'm in the middle of
That is what you do.
But do it on mic.
You're putting an index finger into the inguinal canal to see if there's any bowel coming down the canal, which is what I did.
Oh, okay.
And then you cough, it forces it, and you feel the bowel come down all of a sudden with your finger.
And they tell you to turn your head and cough.
So you guys just do this in the shower as well, just for kicks?
No, I can't figure. I used to play football, and I'd always get one of those each year, but I never knew where the guy was and what he was doing, and so you don't cough on his head.
Yeah.
has, it's not grounded in any kind of important medical anything. It's just they don't want to get their head coughed on. Because when a guy's got his index finger, nestled between your penis and your scrotum, you tend to look. You want to know what's going on.
You know what the worst thing is?
And then you would cough while you're looking at the back of his
That's
head.
when you know it's coming, like he locks the door.
Right.
It's all in anticipation.
I like the part where they tell you to get down to your underwear and then they come back 4 days later. Get down to your underwear. We'll have other strangers parading through the room, and you can sit there like an ass in your underwear and don't come back.
As they make fun of doctors around the doctors.
With your feet up on stirrups, and then it's always, can you come down?
I know, but women are designed for that.
Hey now.
Men are more modest.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
Hey now. What's her response? They hang the king's
I
head.
could never do that. I would be the world's worst woman.
Yeah, well, listen to the
Except
things
for I
you
would
said.
put it out. I'll tell you that.
Actually, particularly fun.
Mike, you begin something now. I'll tell you that. That's right.
That's cute.
Whitney,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just
So,
figured that out.
are you suspicious that he knew about this?
No, I don't believe
Are
it.
you worried about it?
I'm not worried about any kind of recurrence or anything.
Well, now, you understand there is a reasonable risk of recurrence, right?
Yeah, I have to run every 3 months for
Right,
topics.
right. But, as long as you stay on top of it, it's no big deal at all.
Yeah, and I've modified my, when I do have sex, I've modified my behavior, but,
Well,
as far as I wasn't using condoms.
so now you
Because I felt like if he had an STD test and I was all clear, go ahead.
Is he vegan or vegetarian,
Well, now,
Joe?
Vegetarian.
What?
That's what he tells you.
Is there are they concerned that the wart can get re-exposed, the virus? I mean, why would you wear a condom now? You've already been exposed.
Well, just because I've kind of become wary of this I've never heard anything about HPV.
You haven't. You're the one that has it.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying maybe there's other stuff out there now. I'm not willing to take any chances now and find out 6 months down the road I have something else.
Okay, that's a reason.
No.
And certainly anyway in the future, to be careful. I mean, you will be protecting them from HPV because you now will be infectious with that forever.
John,
Yeah.
you're 20.
Yes, I am.
You're on with Melissa Joan Hart and Mike Damus.
Yes, here. I just want to say that I got a crush on Melissa Joan Hart because I first saw her on Nickelodeon. And a few years back, my brother and I went down to Nicolas Studios and snuck into the studio itself to track on the set. Of course, I phoned it off.
When was this?
It was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So we were there, or no?
We ended up finding some tours there or something.
Uh-huh.
And we ended up in some little game room or something.
Wow.
Quite disappointed, but after that we found all your little goodies in the gift shop there.
Oh, okay.
Like what?
Oh, there's postcards, pens, whatnot.
Boy, you got dolls.
Oh god, a lot of stuff.
pens.
Stuff I don't even know about. There's posters, there's books, yeah.
Wow.
Strange.
John,
She just sort of signed her trial.
do you still have a crush on Melissa?
Not as much as before, but
Why?
why?
What happened?
I'm not your girlfriend now.
Okay.
I mean, nothing against you. I mean, she reminds me every time that Sabrina's on, but
Does she get mad at you?
I think she might be a little mad now, but I don't think she gets all that mad. We should have a big old crush on Dave Duchovny, so.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So it's still equal to each other out there.
Yeah.
Thank you, I'm flattered.
It's always a dangerous conversation to have with the partner, which is the hypothetical, would you have sex with this person, or would you let me could I have sex with Cindy Crawford, honey, and you could have sex with Dave Duchovny? It'd be cool with me if you just did it once. If I could have sex with Cindy, it always leads to trouble.
Yeah,
Those hypothetical.
I just did that recently. My boyfriend's got a crush on someone on TV, and I ripped out some pictures from Entertainment Weekly and we both said,
You're right.
teasing him a little.
Yeah, people, I always thought you could have crushes on celebrities.
I don't
because
believe
it's
you.
like almost having
You're a scary lady.
It's like having a crush on someone you're never going to meet. That was safe, but people still get pissed off about it.
Yeah, well, last night on, I think it was on Leno, Vanessa Williams was on, and my boyfriend wanted to watch it, and I'm a little curious about that.
Sure.
Oh, you want to see Vanessa Williams?
Right. Yeah, but he's into you, right? Yeah, I would be. I certainly would.
It's been 2.5 years.
She's like a queen.
Aw.
Mike, you got a girlfriend? You're a little young.
Aw. How old are you?
All right, well, it's time. You're dating and stuff, right?
Yeah.
You started at UCI this year, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I'm taking a course on the weekend because
No.
All right, you're set, though. You're like Mr. Teenage.
Don't
Come
stop.
on. All right, we're gonna go to break. Who's leaving? You're not leaving. You stay one more break.
All right, one more break.
The policy saying, yeah, it flew by. Blink one eye. And I'll tell you what you do. Stay till the next break, and then you can like move your nose or something and set the clock back, and it'll be like you left it left.
All right.
The voices and turn me off while they're trying to concentrate on this. Okay, you're safe. Thank you. Loveline will be right back.
You can email Lovelines at lup191@aol.com. It's Lovelines.
Oh, I'm back. That was fun. Oh.
Josh is downstairs, live in the club, and broadcast live on FNS. We are controlling the transmission. We will control the horizontal. We will control.
Hey, it's the Love Line. I'm Ron, and we will be back in 10 seconds.
This is Love Line on radio station. This sounds like to me that this is subject information, and the world possibly should hear and know about it. You the next Lynn Boston.
Melissa Joan Hart and Mike Davis are both here. Mike is from Teen Angel. Melissa is from Sabrina Explains It All. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. You went along with that, didn't you? On ABC. That would be Friday nights. Starts at 8. And then Mike's show, Teen Angel, starts at 8:30, and it's nice, wholesome entertainment for the family.
Yeah, it's family. Exactly, it's a family. Everyone's like, it's kids. It's not. It's family.
And Friday night is kid night. Is that when families watch TV on Friday night?
Yeah.
Because Suzanne Summers shows on, and who's your big competition?
Well, now it's Urkel. It's Family Matters. They
Oh.
moved over to CBS, I believe, and yeah, we're all at the same time. But we've been kicking it about since their premiere. So.
Yeah.
CBS. Yeah, we're there like 11 years.
Yeah. Urkel did the first season from his mom's belly. It wasn't actually born. They had Urkel's pregnant mom do the show. And they somehow still mic'd him up, which I'm still looking into. All right, phone number 1-800-LVE-191, and it's back to the phones. We go with Tracy.
Hi.
Hey, somebody.
I have a question for Melissa. I think you're really great. I used to watch you when you were on Melissa Explains It All. And I watch it every Friday. Sabrina's one of my favorite shows.
Thank you.
And now Teen Angels too. I love that.
All right.
And I have a question for you. How did you get into acting? Do you have any advice for someone that's wanting
The only strange
act?
thing will be someday maybe having to get rid of the large
I got
cards.
into acting when I was 4 years old. I started. My mom had a friend whose daughter was an actress, and we got.
I'm
a
going to
manager,
make a
which was
vegetable
actually
dish on the
kind of
stove. Is that alright with you?
I believe, may find additional vegetables.
I believe there are additional vegetables.
Broccoli and the like.
Uh-huh. Do you want something, basically tasty some vegetables? Maybe a touch of cheese?
I don't know. I can't really.
I'll offer you a taster when it's ready.
Well, I just had 2 hamburgers. I don't really need it. components to. accomplished the unthinkable.
Oh.
You've reduced the total number of points you have to earn per day to succeed by an entire point.
Yes.
It's pretty crazy.
Thank you.
It does weirdly kind of also get easier here at the end as long as you stabilize.
Yeah. Now the extra trip is going to be a challenge, but
Yeah.
if you drive any of it, then I will be working. So.
Or at least sleep.
You're right. I could use the trip to catch some sleep.
Which might be timed correctly.
Mm-hmm.
If we get back here at midnight, for example.
I take if I take 4 to 6 hours to sleep, that's only 1/4 of the trip.
Right. Believe me, I know. And so anything that you write while we're actually on the road, huge benefit.
Uh-huh.
And you did complain that the laptop was too big, right?
I did. That was my main complaint, and that's why I'm so enthusiastic about working on the road now. Is because I believe that I can find a number of comfortable positions even in the weird Prius seats.
You're right enough with that tablet, you pay it back.
Right? The tablet or the new notebook, which is incredibly lightweight.
Be careful about being too specific.
Specific about
It just anything.
Okay.
Just gotta watch your mouths on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because that could stray also into
Workshop.
proprietary.
Yeah, of course. No, I'm being careful. I'm so are you.
Right, so far. But that verged on getting too close.
Yeah.
Alright, folks, I gotta take a little bit of a break here. I will be back with more Worm. Settlements are really coming along now. Starting to see some true progress, so. And hopefully you will come back and join us in a couple of hours when I play again, if my mind returns to some semblance of function. Hey Rebecca, is there any popcorn left?
What?
Is there any popcorn left?
I'll check.
Okay, yeah, but no worries for now. Thanks for looking.
You want buttered toast instead?
No,